Another live Armored Cast is here for you. Sorry about missing last week. Hopefully that does not happen again. I was busy working towards the first Armored Core 6 major tournament on November 18th. This tournament will have a $1,000 prize pool and be for the PC platform. Sign up below. Today we talk about what might be the best build for build lock tournaments, the state of bazookas in the game, as well as the bazooka spreadsheet made by my Discord, the past Armored Core games, and the complexity and features we are missing in Armored Core 6. Hope you all enjoy the PvP State of the Game podcast, and y'all have a wonderful day. I forgot what I say. It's been a while. All right, let me get. Hello and welcome to Armored Cast. I can't say words. Okay. Hello and welcome to Armored Cast, an Armored Core 6 State of the Game PvP podcast. We're doing it live this time, which means this is all in one take, which is awesome. Anyway, here I have Bowles.
Hola, dude.
Who is a top player, won multiple tournaments so far, and most of the ones that I host, which is really neat. And I also have Dirk Donk.
Hello, I'm Dirk Donk.
My co-commentator and the host of 3v3 tournaments, and I also have Crazy Moogle, who is just kind of a guy.
Yeah, you just exist, man. Hello.
Oh man, hi, I'm Crazy Moogle and I exist.
It's true, you do exist.
No.
We can't ask anymore. You do great.
So we wanted to talk about the. So first up on the list is the current metagame. I'm gonna go ahead and load up the Sea Knight Moment build that I have, because last time we talked about if you could find a build that beats Rat, Cat, and Lobster, you'd make the best build in the game, and this is it.
Yep. Players have found it.
No. Leave me alone.
Yeah, players have found it. It has the speed to catch rats, and it can rat itself against the heavier lobster builds, and it can also do a ton of damage with the hammer.
Yeah, because if you did not know, kick and the hammer is a true combo. So the whole build, the idea of it is to we have really good safety because PS is broken. That shield is just absolutely insane. You get 6 instant guards with it. You take, I believe, 80% less impact damage, or 70%, something like that.
Yeah, it's like 80-70, 85-75, something like that.
It's 80 less impact and 78 less damage. I actually thought it was worse than the damage. That's insane. But you have 6 of those, and if you play well, you can instant guard mostly everything that you care about, actually, like, not getting hit by, including, like, Zimmerman shotguns and stuff like that. Like, people have gotten really good at instant guarding. It's kind of insane. Why is the trainer AC dead? Hello? What the fuck?
And you can even repeatedly spam it up, too, if your enemy has, like, for some reason, a sustained damage weapon, which aren't generally meta anyway. You can just repeatedly put it up 5 times and not overheat and give yourself like 6 seconds of instant guard in a row.
Well, if I don't suck at kicking and like doing the actual true combo, then I could do it, but
I think the trainer AC is actually better at getting out of it because
well, no, I just missed the hammer. But yeah, so y'all as y'all saw there, I basically just peppered them with missiles, and the second they were able to actually the second that they actually were able to be staggered, you just go in for the kick and then go in for the hammer. It's about 7,000 damage if you can hit both hammer shots on direct hit, and it's just you just win the AP. You just win the AP lead at that point. You hit about 535 speed, so you can definitely catch rats pretty easily. It is just the best build in the game at the moment. It's very, very strong.
Best build in the game. It's a strong statement.
I don't know. We're gonna have to see.
It's really starting to win basically everything. I think actually.
Really? What has it won besides like?
It's won the. Well, when it comes to like, okay, I say basically, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Now I'm thinking about it, I think it's only won Polaroid's Highlander tournament, which only allowed like one of each things. But that's when Sea Knight like really.
Unless there's another one.
Oh no, you won that with Lobster plus LCD instead of LCS and like LRA instead of LRB.
No, I won it with the wing until I realized LCD was better.
But when it comes to a build lock tournament, which is what we're going to be running for the foreseeable future, when it comes to like my events like that, you can't just run a rat, lobster, or cat because you're just going to lose hard to the other RPSs. So you just make like the most generalist build possible, and this is really looking like it is.
I mean, I think the tournament you're thinking of is Pistons, 75K.
Oh yeah,
weight
Pistons.
tournament.
Yes, that's what it is. Thank you. Yeah, that's also without lightweight builds or without heavyweight builds. Annoying.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how it matches up in the upcoming tournament.
I sort of like my build. I don't run Lobster anymore, but I sort of like my build into it. But it's not going to be like a.
It's the majestic tank, right?
Yeah, but I use hoverboat legs.
Yeah. Dude, it's so funny that you've gone back around and now you're running boat again.
I know, dude.
It's so funny to me. If y'all didn't know, Bulls won. If y'all didn't know, Bulls won the week 1 tournament with a missile boat build, like, you know, like the quintessential like missile. Like, I'm getting assault boost away from you, rain down missiles, then assault boost away from you again. And now they're back on the boat build again. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like poetry, you know, it rhymes.
Hosey kept yelling, he's run the boat, Bulls. Like, all right, I'll only try. Like, you know what? I like it. So I
Just
had to
boat.
relearn some things.
just keep
But, yeah.
boating.
Yeah.
Fucking funny.
But I like
Oh
it.
man, I was playing around with a speedboat. I can tell you it's not good, but it's extremely funny to have like 8 quick boosts, 9 quick boosts in a row on a 1.5 second cooldown or something like that. You just boost
man.
around. It's not good, but it feels good.
It's fun, and that's kind of
Yeah,
And you know, at the
But
end of
what-
the day, that's what matters, right?
yeah. You just have no stability or AP or defenses,
It's true.
but you can quick boost a lot.
God,
When I was
there's so
playing
many.
in some games with C9, I think he won the bulk of them until I started figuring it out. And the one game I remember I won vividly, I just like stability rushed him, like we were trading. And doesn't matter he had shields, I just got rotations in and just run away, you know, until I got the stagger. I don't know. I feel like there is something to like hoverboat tank now with double majestic.
I can imagine
like,
being really. I mean,
your
Majestic
shot.
in general just seems kind of crazy. We can definitely talk about that. I think Majestic's starting to become like one of the better weapons in the game, if not the one of
we
the
need to talk about
best.
your shot in threes. It's so dumb.
Oh yeah, like it's. I mean, we already talked about the 3v3 tournament last week, or 2
Yeah,
weeks
let's
ago.
hit
I guess, that I
Majestics
missed last
first,
week.
I guess. Dang old Bazooka has big hitbox after a certain
Proximity.
range. It gets a proximity detonation. What's the range on that striker where it activates?
10. Oh, actually, after 90 meters. After 90 meters, it
So-
does the proximity detonation.
Right, so if you're close to them, it's not an issue. But at that 90-meter point, if you're within 10 meters of that wide projectile, because the projectile is still wide, by the way, you eat the hit as if it hit you directly. There's no difference in the damage or impact you take. So, yeah, if you are fighting at mid-range, or they're choosing to fight at mid-range, good luck. Always dodge the Majestic. Never trust a Majestic to miss.
Yeah, I very much agree with that. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of players going around, and we even made this mistake as well on ARMOREDCAST. That thought it was lat. That thought it was lag. That was getting them hit by it because, you know, the proximity, the projectile velocity got increased by a lot. People were thinking, oh, it's just hitting me because our connection's bad. But no, it actually Jonathan, you're just wrong, my guy. No, it is proximity detonation. It is just how it works.
Yeah, it's been data mined.
We have been over this.
There are official findings on it that you can check out.
Yes.
Someone in my chat said that the jab bazooka, they like it a bit more, and like it's fine to like
you're
something
wrong.
more.
Javelin
But-
Alpha has a 5-meter radius, not a 10, which is the
The
problem. with it.
proximity
Yeah,
even
and
works on manual aim. It's crazy.
There's another quirk to it too. If you're shooting a target that's moving and they don't get staggered, if they move outside of the chain explosion before it finishes, it's not going to do the full damage. The listed damage is the accumulated damage from all the explosions. So you're not going to hit the full damage or stagger unless they're getting
it's
staggered by it.
like a little bit closer. There you go. Like look, that's just proximity.
That's proximity, Jonathan. It exists. It's in the game. It is real.
It
It's
doesn't
not-
work in 90 though.
It's not a boogeyman thing. It is real.
Yep, we've scienced.
Let me get 80 meters.
Like I've been testing manual shot ear shots from like cross map. It's not even that hard to hit. It's so stupid.
Yeah. So then ear shots, right? They got buffed. Obviously, we've talked about them a
that's
little
it.
bit
Ear shots
before.
with Majestics, but yeah, ear shot.
Oh yeah,
Earshot is
Majestic is easy to aim, but yeah, ear shot got buffed, right?
yeah.
Right, reload speed.
I feel like we're gonna see earshot a lot more because it's really good as a stagger punish as well.
Yeah, it's good at everything because like it may not have a good direct damage modifier, but it has the highest raw damage uncharged out of anything other than the triple laser cannon. You know,
Yeah.
like as far as uncharged weapons go, you're doing 2,000 damage. Multiply that by 1.4, you're close to 3k, and you have 2 of them, so that's 6k damage.
I like them for like
At
open
range for free.
fights. Like legitimately when like the time like begin. I try like get an early shot and take an easy 1k, just take my AP lead, you know?
Yeah, and we saw in the preset tournament that you're really fucking good at manual aiming ear shots. It is kind of insane.
It's like a 90-meter explosion radius. It's part
Yeah, I can tell you I'm not really great at shooting games, and I have no problem landing manual aim ear shots on lightweight targets, medium targets. If the ground is nearby, it's hitting. And that's the thing, you have to manual aim. Because the FCS gets tricked. If the enemy hops, it'll soar over their head, and that's the last thing you want. But if you're manual aiming and they hop, it doesn't matter. It still hits the ground, and it still hits them.
It's disgusting.
Jonathan, I promise you, researcher has literally looks at DS Map Studio and finds this stuff. It exists. It is real. Proximity detonation is real. We are not making a joke here. Proximity detonation is a mechanic.
Yeah, so 2 things. First of all, the bazooka does have a large projectile. Just by default, the projectile is larger than the projectile looks, just like plasma. But at 90 meters, it's way bigger. You can test it.
Oh my gosh. And even if it wasn't proximity detonation, it was just a bigger hitbox, it still achieves the same exact thing. Hitbox big after a while. Hitbox go big after a bit.
Yeah, at the very least, something magical and mysterious happens at 90 meters. You probably know exactly what it is. So bazookas, especially the Majestic, are pretty good. I have been loving putting 4 bazookas on a wheelchair and using an animation cancel tech to quick boost after you shoot, which allows you to fire your other hand immediately. And if you do your swaps right, you can go bang, 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 bang. Hysterical.
Yeah, it's absolutely, and I feel like bazookas might do really well. I mean, we saw TQ run them pretty well in the last tournament that we did, the last no bans tournament that we did, the emergency patch tournament. But that was before people really knew how good the bazookas were.
Yeah, it might be interesting because I think it's a very versatile weapon. It's good against multiple types of builds. It can be used at range, which means you don't have to put yourself at risk against a more dangerous target.
Yeah, I legit think it's the best build. It's just the best thing in the run on wheelchair, 1000%.
And with melee, it's kind of taken over that spot from Zimmerman, where you can kick into it and then hit your pulse blade, or you can hit a pulse blade and then land the Majestic, and that's almost a guaranteed stagger on most enemies, right? It's like 1900, 2000 stability damage.
Maybe I'm just clinging to what Dirk told me a while back. Dirk is in the call telling you this.
I'm here telling you that I was incorrect. It's been data mined. I wasn't going to believe it until it was data mined, but now that it is, I believe it.
At Dirk Donk, at Bowles _.
I'm just a rational human being who changes his thoughts when presented with information.
Give me another drink. Right back.
All right, so I put you on my chat right there. There we go. I put you on my stream channel.
Do Morleys have any place?
No, Morley's used to be a really strong stagger punish stagger punish. It was basically better than stun needle pre-patch. People were using it for.
It fell out of fashion pretty quickly though. It's a bit unreliable. It's a lot of weight to commit for a stagger punish. Like when shotguns are coming close to the same damage, unless you're point blank, Morley kind of a bit too expensive for what it does. And the grenades from the Morley don't get proximity detonation after a certain range, as far as I can tell.
I don't believe they do. They weren't on the spreadsheet, so.
Yeah,
gotcha. Because that was going to be my next question, is whether or not those also benefit from the prox detonation stuff.
They should, after 90, 120, some range, as like a long range spread flat cannon. I think that would be dope and a good way to make them have like a purpose.
It does not seem like it unless I'm just doing it wrong. Morley has a 5M proximity, someone's saying in chat, Afro saying in chat. Okay, so they do have actually proximity in chat.
It's just the smallest, I think, out of all of them.
That and
Javelin. Or in line with the Zwangi.
The Javelin Alpha, I believe it's just the Javelin Alpha that has a 5 meter. Let me actually grab the spreadsheet real quick.
Yeah, let's pull this up. Although I love spreading misinformation, but we can do both. We can be incorrect and then correct.
That's a good point. Let me go to the research channel in the Discord and find. I think I pinned it at some point. I did not pin it at some point. I'm stupid. Let me go. I think I have it in my DMs with someone. Y'all talk while I find this.
Okay, I'm talking. I'm talking right now. I love the Zwangi. Aside from the Majestic, the fast reload time on it makes it feel like one of the better bazookas. But it definitely falls behind the Majestic in terms of hit rate, and you can feel it.
Yep. I can agree with that. All right, so I found it real quick. So, here is the spreadsheet right here. You can find this in the Discord. If you look, so we have the Morley, Songbird, Earshot, Zwanji, etc., 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 etc. So let's look at the proximity detonation. Yeah, 5 is the lowest, and 5 is on the Morley, 5 is on the Javelin Alpha, and the explosive thrower has prox detonation. I actually didn't know that.
What the fuck?
And it gets 5 more
No,
on the
that checks
charged. It gets 10 on the charged and 5 on the non-charged. That's actually kind of
the
insane.
little explosives have a wider radius, or I don't know how that weapon actually works.
What are these numbers I'm looking at? What are we doing?
What does it mean?
This is the bazooka. Spreadsheet.
Okay.
Basically showing the raw DPS, the impact DPS. So this is like just mashing E in the opponent's face and stuff like that. Like how much DPS you can actually relatively get, stuff like that.
Okay.
Taking
so
reload
that-
times into account as well.
And that prox detonation on the explosive thrower means that the horizontal has only a 5 procs, but the vertical throw, which has a fucking 220 meter range, just by the way, has a 10 proc stat.
That's insane.
I wonder if that range refers to the furthest tip of it, because it starts level with you and then goes up.
Huh.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good
Release
point.
of proximity. That's funny.
Ramen has a question. What's up, Ramen?
What's up, dude?
But yeah, so we need to make more spreadsheets like this, I think. I mean, I plan on doing a Bazooka tier list tomorrow with Melton Cube, who helped put this tier list together, so that'd be fun. Not sure. I don't think that'll be live, but it might be. I didn't think this would be live, so.
Can we just mod this view in game? Like, come on.
You know, I honestly, I would love it if the next Armored Core game had just numbers like this. That'd be so nice.
Yeah. 4answer was like
You
the
know what, I
peak of giving us the data that we got projectile speeds, we got basically everything we could have wanted to see. We didn't have to really data mine shit. And then they would just went backwards with this. I don't understand. Did they think people would be intimidated? It's already past the point of no return.
Yeah.
If someone's not going to read this, they weren't going to read anything. So just go more.
That's what it feels like, right? Like they took away all of the extensions, all of the, inside extra weapons. They took
just
away
like in terms of
stabilizers.
stats, like the stat sheet size.
Right.
We used to have like the important shit.
Yeah, you're right. That's true.
But yeah, and they also did reduce the number of parts we can equip. Give me stabilizers back. That would help balance the game.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love me some stabilizers. Give me some 4answer shit. Stabilizers, let's go, dude.
Yeah,
So explain to me what stabilizers did actually, because I actually I'm actually not super sure on that.
To be fair, I'm not either, but they did a couple things I'm aware of. They made you faster if you went like, was it -10 in the back or something? But if you want to go faster, back faster, you go plus 10 on that first stat.
Huh.
Basically,
then-
putting weight towards the back makes you go forward faster. Putting weight
Yeah.
towards the front makes you go backward faster. And if you put weight to one side, you turn in a direction faster. So you could turn your quick turn from a 90 either direction to 30 one way and 120 the other way.
That's so
thing, if you
cool. What the
remember.
heck? That's awesome.
Yeah,
If
it
you-
was fucking great.
So there's another thing it did actually. So let's say you had a blade, right?
Yeah,
And you
this is a
put,
good
like-
one.
And you put like stabilization on that arm, you would actually do more damage.
Well, it's not just
don't-
more damage. It would change the arc of the weapon you were swinging, so the weapon would spend more time in the opponent's AC, resulting in more damage.
What? That's
Yeah,
so
you're right.
cool.
Yeah.
It's
There's terms called like canopering, where you would like go into them swing quick turns. You have like a longer time. You just do more damage.
That was also a reason why blading on quads is used for speedrunning the game, is because quads have a straightforward thrust, so the blade stays in the enemy the whole time, which is
Yeah.
super good
that
for
was
bosses.
that was on quads, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Before,
And
Yep.
PvP, like I know playing a lot because I was in the wrong scene. Anyways, so there was a
PvPers know.
for PvP there's a term called a gremlin, and what those were used like the Lahar legs because you got the medium weight swing on them, even though they're lightweight legs. They're really good for PvP. You got the midweight swing on them.
Better swing animation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wait. So your swing animation was determined by your weight?
leg.
Your legs.
I
Your
see.
leg.
Okay.
So,
Because there's defined leg types in that game.
so like a leg would be labeled medium weight, but the ones that he's talking about were an exception because they were classified lightweight but had the swing profile of the medium weight.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And then quads and tanks have a thrust.
Dude, the tank swing is actually obnoxiously good.
If you
The
never
tank-
saw that,
Wait,
yeah.
the tank swing?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was in the wrong scene of that game. I was in blading for a really long time. But so I got bored and made a tank blader. It was low-key good. Like, it would just... Okay, you know what a donkey punch is? Or like a pile driver in that game? One-shot people with like a little El Tannen blade, you know, with the little Latona arms.
I know they're called blades, and like that's basically the pile bunker.
Yeah.
So like... But yeah, if you should throw that shit on a tank with an El Tannen, even just Latona arms, you can like one-shot most things. It's stupid.
That sounds awesome. Not gonna lie. It sounds incredibly fucking cool. I honestly, I wish we had the amount of complexity in this game, but I believe this game, I know I say it a lot, but like this game was a tech demo, like From Software. I wish you could find the exact article someone linked to me one time, but like From Software did say this one game was a tech demo, and they put it out just to test the waters of like if Armored Core could do well in the market. So I'm sure the next game we get is gonna be a lot more complicated and stuff like that.
Have more stuff like ranked. That's what I want.
Be nice.
Yep.
Did we have ranked in like Armored Core Verdict Day or anything like that?
Yes, Verdict Day.
Verdict Day had
Action rather system, right?
No, they had both. They had ranked in that. 5 did as well. 4 Answer did. I don't remember about 4. Maybe 4 had like online ranked.
Oh damn!
But-
I wish we had that.
I know. They had a
Yeah.
somewhat working like spectator thing and everything else you would want.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm looking forward to a lot of things in this getting fleshed out. Bone's
Right.
good.
and the match log, dude. I'm still gonna fucking die on that hill. The match log is the biggest
the
indicator
preview, or not the
that we
preview.
have.
What was it called? Just the end, like the replay. You like see the. Yeah, like,
that
like a top-down
too.
view.
That too, yeah. But I'm talking about how in the match log it designates every single one of your matches as a custom match, which like if they didn't have any desire to make any other mode other than custom match, why does it go through the trouble of labeling it as such? Right?
Exactly.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, Striker.
When,
and,
when you're building software, you plan ahead like that.
Exactly.
And I don't know if this is in 5. I mean, I played with 5 VD, but I remember in VD when you play like Conquest or whatever, you had a match log, and what it would do, like when you rewatched it, it would show like all the players in the game, like they're all like their little numbers going around like a top-down view. You know what I mean? And then what you can do is you can see like stats. Like you can click on their name. I forget what button you click. It'll give you like a bigger view of stats. You can see, oh, this weapon hit 50% of the time or something. You did
Oh,
X
that's
damage.
really cool. What the
Yeah,
heck? I would
it-
love that.
Yeah, that's the kind of data that I love because that's like, I love building and tuning builds. You know, I like refining them over time and figuring out what's good and bad. And sure, I can do that by feel, but I'd rather not.
The hard numbers help out a lot because, like, imagine let's say you run like a VPM, right? And you want to know how good it is against like a rat player or something like that, like a lightweight missile bot build.
Exactly. Yeah.
You'd be like, okay, how many times did my VPM actually hit? And it's like, oh, it only hit 10% of the time. You're like, well, that weapon's going away. It's like,
I could be like, hey, I used up my medium missiles. Wait, only hit 20% of the time? I'm trash? Well, shit.
Yeah, I need to time that better. Or like, here's a good example. I was playing around with rifles and an explosive thrower for a Balaam build. And I had the Rensetsu RF, and I was like, wow, this build's actually pretty okay. And then I swapped to the Rensetsu AR, which is just the worst weapon in the game. And it performed the same. It was just the explosive thrower carrying.
Right.
Huh.
And being able to have that information, those percentages up front would be absolutely game changing.
It would be really, really gosh darn nice. Like, honestly, it makes me so upset because, like, as Dirt Dong said earlier, like, you plan ahead when you're doing software development. Look how much room we have. Like, when you look at contextual help, look how much room we have for more text, and we just don't get it. You see what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you could have a proximity detonation, like, at like a hit, but, like, you have a proximity detonation stat right here if you wanted to. They just don't have it. It's just not there.
Yeah, they could give us paragraphs.
What they could really do is just have a basic view, then for like everyone else, like you can hit a button, do like advanced view, give us the rest of the stats.
But that's
Come
what
on.
they did. Look, you can
I
press
know.
F for part specs.
But like
Yeah,
more stuff. I don't know.
When I get a contextual help window, I want a paragraph. All right. I don't want just like a sentence because I have questions.
Video?
And no one's going to answer them for me. There isn't like a helper AI in the game that'll tell me if I ask it a question. So err on the side of more info.
Let's see. And here's the issue, though, with having that being included in future games. I hope they will start to lean towards that. But in my opinion, the reason why it's not in here already in 6, dude, the amount of people who I've introduced to Armored Core since 6 dropped, and then they're like, hey, let me look at my build. Give me some notes on it. I'm like, yeah, sure. And they're showing me their build, showing me different parts, and they're like, oh, I don't know if I want to use this booster or this booster. I'm like, oh, well, have you checked its ideal weight? And they're like, how do I do that? And they're already through 3 playthroughs. They've never opened up the advanced details because your average gamer is not going to care. They're going to see the guns, they're going to see the parts, think that that's already a lot to take in. Just use the numbers that are on screen and then try to get back to playing the video game. And that's one of the hardest issues about making this into the Armored Core that we want to see as older, as mecha fans, as it were, and loving data sets. And how the majority of people who are picking up this game don't give a fuck. Just a little frustrating.
Yeah.
To be fair, once you have Burzle, just use that. I don't care about anything
I was just about to say.
Anyway.
I was gonna say if you're wondering what booster to use Burzle. But then again, there is another build that's creeping up that I have on
if you
screen
never
right now.
looked at detailed stats, you would think the Burzle is shit.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, good point. Because if you just look at it, you're like, oh, weird. The thrust is so bad on this one, and it's so heavy and costs so much to unload. But
Yeah, you know why? Because they don't give us the dang assault boost speed in the stat screen for some reason.
But we do need to talk about the next animal related build that's been creeping up, the Water Strider.
Absolutely. So the Water Strider is a quadruped build. There's 2 variations that I've tried that I think are like worth mentioning: the gills and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I was on the PO4 booster right now. Even I feel like PO4 also has a role.
Oh, that works too. So the idea, if you're not going to use the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is you want your boost reset to be really quick. And what that allows you to do is reactivate your boost before you start decelerating. So as a quad, you get a big boost and then you slow down. But if you can boost before you slow down, you just go faster.
That's on gills, correct?
Yep. Gills or the PO4. I've seen both of them work. But then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can go much tankier, and you get a crazy boost distance with that half-second duration. And because of the way quadrupeds behave while hovering, you scoot. I mean, you really go. Not quite as fast as the gill version, but still fast for how heavy it is.
It's honestly a really fun playstyle. And this is not an optimal one by any means at all, ever. But it's very, very fun.
Yeah, I would.
Feet. Do you get like 9 boosts out of it? It's some crazy number with PO4.
11.
11? Oh shit.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Like, it's so hard to deal with if you're just not prepared. I love it.
So if you put like some lighter, high damage weapons on it, like bazookas, like laser shotties, you can melt people really quick, like before your energy gets low.
I thought you wanted to go below 75k weight for speed for chasing rats, Afro. Could be wrong though.
I mean, yeah, it depends if you want to be able to beat rats to begin with.
Yep.
Yeah, the version of Strider that you're going for, since they're, nice variation, honestly, in the types of Strider you can end up building. And I had a Japanese streamer come through our dojo fucking one night and just be like, hey, I want to show you guys some of the new builds. And that was the first time I'd heard of the Water Strider, any of us really in that club.
It's such a cool build.
The shield, the hammer, majestic, and a vertical missile on the back, and he was just unfucking touchable. It was pretty nasty.
You mean the VPM, right?
Yeah, the VPM.
Yeah, I was about to say, because there's no way they used a vertical missile.
I spent a long time today proving how terrible those are.
It is so sad, dude. Because but then again, I also think about the reality where these are really good, and I'm like, damn, I fucking hate fighting these things. Like I'd be so upset if these things were like really good and I saw them all the time. You know what I mean?
They'll never be easy, that's for sure. It requires good energy management, good awareness on when to dodge. Because I'll tell you what, when I play it, I just want to spam. I just want a quick boost all the time. And that's not what you want to do. You want to do that in bursts. Otherwise, you're going to be high and dry. If you can't quick boost, you're dead. Because you're a quad, you're slow. While not abusing the mechanics, that is.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'm definitely looking pretty slow right now, Dirt.
Yeah, no, just when you're like energy dry, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 version, instead of spamming quick boost for huge velocity, you use that long burn, and that keeps you scooting for a longer time before you hit that deceleration that I mentioned earlier. And that one you can go max stability and still be zooming around, relatively speaking.
Really? I'll go Vero legs and go much heavier weight.
Yep, that's the moves.
It's interesting. Yeah, it definitely allows for a lot more overhead as far as firepower is concerned. You can bring a lot more devastating guns.
Yeah, the big thing is bringing more AP, because the AP on the quads got nerfed recently, so the squishy water bug is a bug. It could really turn into a bug on a windshield against like Larpsters and many of the usual suspects.
Yeah, and it's got really low defense too, like below 1100, I think.
Yep, and anyone who is like hit stunning you or kicking you out of your hover is going to become incredibly annoying to deal with.
Yeah.
I just moved on right now. That's pretty heavy, and look at the. It's so goofy, dude. I love it. It's awesome.
It's like 520? I can't really read it.
Yeah, that thing
it's about.
moves,
It goes
dude.
about to 540 or so. It looks like on my screen.
Okay.
Yeah,
540 top.
wow. Jesus, that thing moves.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s, dude. They're low-key super fun. I've even been using them on heavy bipeds lately. I think they're a little slept on. Like, you can really dodge stuff with them. It's good to dodge melee with, dude. It's good to dodge kicks with.
Dude, I'm hitting peaks of 600 when I swap to the VP quad legs.
I think maybe those ones are just way faster. I mean, maybe it's not a weight thing. I'd be
That's what Afro's
interested if you
saying.
like match the weight.
That's what Afro's saying. Afro's saying that the VP quad is just a better hover thrust, which is
What's the
interesting.
stab and defense difference between the two? I don't even remember.
Honestly, the defense difference doesn't really matter much. I mean, also the same with the stability difference. About a 48 difference in stability.
Yeah, that's within acceptable numbers.
Yeah, like it's just the main thing's just AP, but even then,
Like, I
Who
don't
cares? You're over 11k right now.
Yeah.
With 4 bazookas, I think that gets
Yeah.
the job done.
Yeah,
looks
honestly.
good to me.
And I can even make it better by just putting on VP 44D or something like that.
How much distance can you travel?
How much distance can I travel?
Yeah, while you're hitting the spams.
I'll see you real quick. I'll start from right here and see if I can get to the end of the area.
All right. Yeah, that's the big test. I want to see if it can manage with its energy. That's dude. I've seen things assault boost this distance slower. Like
So fucking wild. You still have so much energy left too.
Oh, okay. When y'all get off this, I gotta show y'all something. Like when you get off this bug.
All right, so what are you going to show us?
All right.
'Cause we can stop talking about the bug right
kicks
now.
are slow, right?
Yeah.
Just in general. So on tanks, you carry momentum. So with that in mind, I'm gonna give you a scenario, right? Wall to wall in that test arena. If you're running like the heavy tank legs, compared to this overboosting to kicking, how much slower do you think kicking is? Like by seconds?
Probably not that much slower after the speed changes, I'll be honest with you.
1 second.
1 second. Kicking is 1 second slower to get from like one side of the training area to the next,
only
right?
issue with kicking is you can't do anything during the animation, so it's not good for running away. But let's say you're chasing a rat, for example, right? And you roughly know where they're going. So instead of like overboosting the full way there, you overboost a little bit, then you start kicking. By the time you get there, you only use like a quarter gen or like a third, So you have the rest of gen to play with.
Also,
yeah, then you can resume assault boosting, and then you can shoot while doing it.
dude, I'll be real.
Yeah.
I think kicking is actually faster on this specific setup I have right here, the quad bazooka with the basho chest. Which you wouldn't want basho chest if you run a probably a VP20A or 40A, sorry, VE40A.
The only reason I thought about this is Disco had like some stupid like missile tank flying in the air forever with that tiny gen. Because like you only need a little bit of energy to kick. And if you run like that little tiny gen, you get it so quickly so you can stay in the air forever.
Dude, look at the amount of energy I took from getting one side of the area to the other.
Because you don't take energy to kick. All that energy you're seeing is just from the overboost.
For those,
Yeah, so you use the yabba dabba do.
for those listening, I had about like, no joke, I used less than a quick boost worth of energy there for this.
Yeah,
like, that is
actually less
insane.
than his quick boost.
And then
Oh
I
my
did that same
goodness.
thing on like hoverboat legs. Instead of hitting like 370 for overboost, it's hitting 420, but there's a delay, right? So it is slower. But
Dude, could you imagine being a lightweight rat enjoyer and like you just watch a tank kick towards you menacingly like that? That shit's so
And it
fucking
never
funny.
stops. Like
Yeah,
you're
I
sitting
could-
there regenning energy, and they're just still kicking.
I'm mashing kick right now, Keychain. I'm just mashing control on my keyboard. Dude, this is actually so fucking cool.
Just look at the speed difference between kicking and overboosting. But like I said, there is that delay between kicks, so that's why it kills your speed a little bit. But
Yeah, but it doesn't matter when I can just do this forever.
exactly.
It's on Coral Dude. It's not even on Santai. Like, Santai is bigger, right?
By like a little bit, by like a hair. It's not that much bigger.
Yeah, but like a tiny amount.
That is insane. You just hang out in the fucking ceiling with
Like I said, I didn't see this like Disco should be on like a permit fly fat tank with missiles. Like, yeah, that's funny.
That's awesome.
Hilarious. Yeah.
Hey, you can definitely, you could make like a, you could just, do we have hoverboard at home? Like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Dude, this game is so fucking cool. Can we talk about we talk about the problems with the game all the time, but like, man, what a fucking cool video game.
What about flying wheelchair? I just don't know why you would, since your boost is just that much quicker. That's the only issue.
Yeah, we're looking for like burst hole tank and stuff like that. Someone actually asked me when I asked chat like what
Hover tank is actually good as well. That's what I'm talking about.
what people wanted to see like for us talk about and stuff like that. Oh hey, look, hover tank can do the exact same thing. Look at that.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
But they're like, how to make tanks viable now, and I was like, tanks are pretty good right now. I think they're in a good spot balance-wise. I don't think they're
low-key S tier. It's just you have to be aware of the map.
Yeah, you have to play them a lot better now. You have to be a lot smarter now instead of just like mashing control towards you. Well, I guess now you're mashing control towards your opponent, but instead of just over boosting towards your opponent and stuff like that, you're just like
I said, the only issue with this,
assault boosting.
It's not good for running away. It's not good for that. You're locked in one movement, you know.
Yeah, totally. I can see that.
And you don't get like the stability buff either, you know.
Like tanks can feel tough if you aren't aware of how you need to corner your opponent on a certain map, and some maps are just going to be tougher for you. True. You've also got to be aware of your mechanics, and that's always been true with tanks. You know, tanks are good in 3rd gen. A lot of people think they're pretty like mid aside from face rolling the like single player, but like you can tank in PvP. You just have to be good at over boosting, and it's the same with this. You got to know your techs. You got to know your map. And if your opponent is like below your skill level, tank is probably gonna win because stat check moment, you know.
Dude, this is awesome. Okay, so Afro said there's a weird Ling Tai tank going on, and I put on Ling Tai.
Yeah,
no
Disco,
joke.
Yeah,
it's like legitimately just fucking working.
Oh, yeah, Disco was showing me this stuff the other day. No, this shit works.
We can make it even better too. That's the funny thing. Where's my ephemeral core? There we go. Dude, that is legitimately funny as all fuck. That's awesome. This game is so cool. I'll talk about that forever.
I said,
how much I love
in
this
general
game.
isn't fast. It's just on tanks for some reason.
Yeah, well, because their assault boost speed is so low. Like anything else, kicking is going to be slower because the assault boost speed is going to be faster.
Yeah.
Whereas like a tank specifically has like a very strong forward lunge for its kick, even if you're not locked.
I should experiment more with Ling Tai. Ling Tai's fun. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ling Tai's actually pretty sick, dude. Like I made a Bling Tai Basho build that can just quick boost all the time.
Bling Tai Basho, you say? Interesting.
Yeah, good luck making the energy work, but
is it all Basho or just Basho core?
Basho core is the important one for the boost stats. Although you can do it with like maybe Noctfire too. The problem with those two cores is they make your generator output efficiency dog, and that generator's already on the lower end. So the rest of your parts and weapons basically can't be energy weapons.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And even among the kinetics, you got to be a little bit conservative.
I'm just gonna put on like, oh yeah, I put on a Zim and I'm immediately overburdened, but I'll fix that in a second.
Yeah, I don't know if it's even good, but I can tell you it's fun. Playing around with different generators can really change your play style, and that's one of the ways that this game shines for me. Like, if I was playing 4th gen, I can tell you off the top of my head which generator I would use. I'd use Lincent. If I wasn't as good at the game, I would use Sombrero.
There you go.
Sombrero? What do you mean by that?
So the Sombrero generator has a terrible capacity, but it has so much output that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter.
And it's also the lightest generator in the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see, okay.
Yeah, I'm comparing how, like, in 4th gen, there's 2 generators I would ever use, in it for any reason. In this game, I can think of a reason for at least 5 of them. And that's awesome.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Plus, they change playstyle. Like, legs, I think, are, like, the biggest definer of your playstyle.
Oh, 1000%. 1000%.
Then, weapons, then booster and generator. I think booster and generator combination have always, like, been a major indicator of your build's quality. So having more variety in that, I think, has been wonderful for my enjoyment of the sandbox.
Yeah, and I think we have more feasible options than we've really ever had through any of the other gens. Like, I mean, I guess that's what you were already saying before, but
Yeah, like just off rip, right? Like in first gen, there's a hidden part generator. It's just the best one.
Right.
In second gen, I think it's the same story. Third gen, I'm spacing on the name of it, but I think it's like a Kisaragi generator. It just has like the best output. You use that one. It's just the best always. Fourth gen, I already mentioned that one, Subaru and Lincent. And then fifth gen. Fifth gen had some variety to the generator choices, actually.
This is the part of the podcast where y'all talk about older Armored Cores, and I just sit here fiddling around with my thumbs and be like, yeah, guys, y'all go off.
That's why we're here.
We do have another animal build to talk to him about. Me and you were talking about the other day, Dirk, the 3v3 build.
Yeah, hit him with the bowls.
What is it called?
There's a new one. Guess what the animal name is?
Yak.
The Vulture.
Oh, the Vulture! I'm stupid. Yeah, the Vulture in 3v3 is the one that just like stays. The fucking Skybox build that just rains down earshots and just big ass chills.
Yeah,
just waits for
basically it's just a lightweight, just double hand missile, double earshot, and it so does disgusting in threes. We're actually having to limit earshots in the next 3v3 tournament.
Really?
Yeah. 5 quads build in the 3v3 tournament. Right?
I wonder where you got it from, Forehead.
Yeah.
Hey, don't call Crazy Moogle a forehead. Their forehead's great.
Basically, you just manual aim with the build. That's what makes it so good, is when you have hand missiles, the missiles will lock on regardless. So you can just focus on aiming the ear shots. And in a 3v3 context where your teammates can capitalize on a staggered enemy, having, what is it, like 2,000 plus stagger output?
Dumb number, you know.
3,600, I think, stagger output. You're staggering your target. And if your team capitalizes, that target's dead unless they have terminal. So when you have 3 of those on a team,
it's just not fun.
It's not fun. It's not fun because the stagger punish and the stagger output are the same weapon. It's a 90 radius explosion. You touch ground, you die. So yeah.
They're all technically rats, so they just run away if you get close. So that's fun.
That's also true. Yeah. You're like, oh, I'm sick of these ear shots raining down on me. You chase them, they run, and then their teammates shoot you in the back. So good luck. You know, dealing with that one.
We even saw in grand finals of the 3v3 tournament where fucking Farquaad lived on 1 AP because terminal armor for so gosh darn long and got left like 6 more earshot shots, which was insane.
Yeah. Value.
Yeah, that's the thing in threes, value, and the earshot can just output so much value, man. It's instantaneous value. It's like the delivery boy with same day shipping. It's so crazy.
We're also getting rid of Coral Shield again in the 3v3 tournament.
That seems so dumb.
Oh man.
No, it's so basically once we limited the earshots just to 2, I think like we were screening Farquaad's team, and it was like his little like missile, like earshot with like a Larpster versus like our shield tank. They couldn't stagger it 1 time.
Oh, okay, that's why you're limiting Coral Shield. I see.
Yeah,
okay.
And they're scrimming, so it's like, you know, planned teams playing with people that they play with.
No, it was so bad. He was like, "Don't play this again." Like, okay.
Yeah, we haven't had many things like that, you know. So, we've done the research. We tried. I opened up all the rules, and that's the result. Tank with Coral Shield is silly.
You have to think about it, right? 27 plus stability plus shield. You're not staggering that. You're just not.
Yeah, I had one time Vumsy. Y'all know Vumsy. He's a really fucking good player. They decided to make a fucking stability tank and just had a tank with all like as many tanky parts as humanly possible with a Scutum, and I was not able to deal with it. I just couldn't fucking break it. It was too impossible. Now this was pre-patch before like, you know, stuff got changed, but it was just I couldn't fucking stop him. You just had so much fucking stability.
Yeah, if you fight a build like that straight up, you're getting stat checked. Like there's no amount of skill. Well, okay, there might be an amount of skill, but like, holy shit, man, it's gonna be a while. It's gonna get close to the timer.
The thing is, like, one VPM wins that matchup, which is why you run VPM now on most builds. The VPM is so fucking good.
The blessed patch changing how weight impacts boost speed made it so that my heaviest tank only has like a 280 assault boost speed. So when you commit to that heavy, you open yourself up to the rat having just free reign over you, and that's been good for the game, I think, because it's really made me think about my tank builds and maybe not go for the max stability or the max AP I can get.
Crazy Moogle, what do you play? Because like Dirk's a big tank enjoyer. I'm a lightweight enjoyer. Bowles plays whatever
Don't
the fuck
put that
is meta.
on me. I'm a heavy bipedder.
This was never
Oh,
good.
yeah, heavy bipedder.
Yeah.
Sorry, heavy bipedder. You're right. What do you play, Moogle?
See, for me, it's tough, right? Because, like I said, you know, I've played the older gens, but 4-Answer is really where I grew my roots in any sort of scene. And I was just like a blade degenerate, right? And so I was
Another one.
Unlucky,
right,
dude.
exactly.
We were the same boat.
You get it, right? Spider-Man means, seriously. And
Spider-Man.
I wanted that same speed, and obviously we don't have that in 6, and that's fine. It's better for, I think, health of the game. But
Health of my hands,
dude,
more
Jordan.
like. That looks
Yeah.
fucking hard to play. I'll be real.
and dude, playing that shit on claw grip too was, I don't know how I still have
Crazy. I played regular B. What the fuck were y'all doing?
Dude, I don't know. I was on some shit, man.
Were you
and
a
so-
simple A enjoyer? Come on.
For the longest time, I was a simple A claw enjoyer. No shit, I went to competition with that. It was weird.
talking about, Chad. I think they're talking about control
It's
stuff.
a control scheme. It's a control scheme.
Okay.
Yeah, and it required you to curl your finger over the buttons, the face buttons, so you could have your middle finger to do the shoulder and your ring finger for the trigger.
That y'all are wacky. That sounds awful.
Okay, let me give you an example of how good regular B was in that game. You know Bumper and Jumper in Halo?
No.
That
Yes.
control scheme?
Yes.
That's basically how good it was, regular B. And if you weren't
Yeah.
doing that, you were handicapping yourself or giving yourself arthritis. I don't know.
100%. Yeah, I was fucking dumping my hands. Like, it was not great for my hand health for the longest time. And I did switch to B eventually, but I stopped playing very shortly after that, unfortunately. So now I'm on B. But all that being said, my favorite weapon in 6, my favorite weapon in 6 is the fucking laser turret canister, man. I love that weapon so much, and I want to make that thing work so badly. So I actually pilot very frequently. I call it the jocular, which is an adjective which means jesting or humorous. And it's just 2 Vientos with 2 laser turret canisters on the back, and just flies in the figure 8s to mess with lock-on. And that's my current rot.
No joke. The Viento seems fucking ridiculous. Like, it seems so gosh darn good.
Fun.
And,
I can gush about that thing, man.
Go ahead, gush away. That sounds.
All right,
I regret saying that now that I think about it.
Oh my
Don't worry, I'll restrain myself. So, the Viento, if you assault boost at someone in mag dump, is doing well over 2,000 stab. So,
Jesus fucking Christ.
if you hit
On
the whole
one?
mag, on one mag, 2 of them.
Oh, 2 of them. Okay, right.
Yeah, you got to dual build. Never bring a single Viento, first of all. But yeah, the burst diagram is super nice. And they reload pretty quick and they dump their mag pretty quick, which actually makes them a good swap weapon.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I saw someone came into my. I can't remember who it was. I wish I remembered. I think it might have been. Was it Chloro? No, it wasn't Chloro. It was somebody. I can't remember who it was, but came into my fight club today. And no, it wasn't Farquad. Running dual Vientos, dual EGs, which was fucking terrifying. Because you know the issue with VGs, right? They don't do a lot of stability damage. Well, guess what Viento does in spades?
Huh. I mean, I've seen that on rats before, for sure. But... Or, not, sorry, not rats, cats. Like, you know, trying to fuck up some missile kites. But I haven't seen it too frequently, funny enough. You guys seen that a lot?
Nope.
In the what?
Twin stun guns, twin Vientos on the swap?
No, actually, I think I've seen someone try it. I think it just because it has to stay close range for so long, it becomes vulnerable.
Sure.
Maybe I'm like a heavy biped that could work.
Maybe.
I guess I should rephrase my no. I've seen it. People use it. I haven't seen it being viable. No, instead it's run double like majestic and earshot. You know, they're dead. You know.
Right.
Well, okay, but like, is it good in a non-Bulls lobby, right?
I have no idea.
That doesn't really matter to me because what I care about is the meta. So like what I
I
care
don't
about
give
is
a
what's
shit about
happening.
meta, baby.
Damn. Okay. Okay, Mister. I'm running tournaments. It's like.
I know the meta, I just choose to ignore it.
Damn.
Bring turners and shit.
You're so cool, Dirk.
Oh
Dog.
no.
You're so cool.
I'm not cool. I'm suffering. But
Have I ever told you
choose
how? Hey, Dirk Dog, have I ever told you how cool you are and how awesome I think you are about like all the bad ideas you have and stuff like that?
He's like the intrusive thoughts win, unfortunately.
Yeah, I cook up
So
bad
sad.
ideas with the speed of ChatGPT, dude.
Oh my god.
Man's a prodigy.
A prodigy!
Well, so like, we also talked a little bit about, so that's something I only recently learned, that there are actually two working definitions of meta now in the gaming space.
Oh no.
Most
Make
effective
up
tool
a new
available.
word. Get your own word.
I mean, it's most effective tool available, right? That's what it means.
That is only a 2-year-old definition, funny enough, because
Really?
what meta originally, so I only just learned this recently, and that meta refers to, it's a shortening of metagaming, right? And that initially started in Magic the Gathering, was used in an article to discuss it, and eventually was brought into StarCraft. And what that refers to is knowledge outside of the constraints of the game itself, right? So knowledge on like trends, on what players are using. And that typically is very often determined by, top performing players, because what they're using becomes the most popular thing. Now, in the past couple of years, a new definition of meta has arisen in order to discuss a slightly different topic that is not being addressed by metagaming, which is, as Stryker said, most effective tool available, as like meta, as like an acronym, META in all caps. And now that refers to literally the on-paper strongest thing, regardless of its popularity. So things like Sea Knight's build, for example, is a metagaming defined, or is a build that defined the metagame because it was kind of always in the game. It didn't really receive huge adjustments other than like the forehand missile launcher getting better tracking, right? But it is very strong, and due to its recent popularity is now a part of the metagame, but was always kind of there, as opposed to like the LCSs, which on paper, regardless of whether or not people were going to fucking use them, they are incredibly strong. And that is the META, most effective tool available.
Interesting.
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
I think I've heard that said
word.
before. I didn't know which one came first, though. Interesting.
Yeah, I did a deep dive. I like doing research.
Well, thank you for doing the research. That was very cool.
A deep dive. Yeah, so it makes conversations about the meta kind of difficult, and when people have one connotation and then have other expectations that they're trying to discuss.
Use the correct capitalization is what we're getting at here. If you want to use most effective tool available, you better capitalize that shit, or I'm going to be confused about what you're talking about.
Good point. Good point.
Realize the man's name. If anyone gets that reference, you're a guy.
I actually don't. I don't know what that is.
MF Doom? I'm lucky.
Oh, I mean, I know MF Doom, but
Slipping, dude.
apparently, yeah.
Oh, you know what other weapon's been really fun lately? Linear rifles, specifically the big one that I forget the name of all the time.
The Harris?
Yeah.
Oh, the Harris is sick. I wish the charge shot was better, but you basically only use it for a stagger punish.
I don't know about that, man. Putting out like a 1,000 instantaneous stagger that you can combo into a laser dagger is pretty good. I've seen it used that way a few times.
My issue is that the impact, impact reduction is just so bad on it. Look, it does, the charge shot does 1250 charged impact and then 380 accumulative impact.
Right,
Which is
so
like, what the
you
heck,
use
bro?
it when you're gonna stagger.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
It takes a little bit of like, you have to think about it more than a lot of weapons that you just throw out there. But that's what I like about it, is if you're patient with it and you use something else to, do the first part of the stagger, like maybe a charged pulse blade, maybe just missile harassment, or light shots with it. You plink away, and once they're at like a third stab, that charge shot is going to stagger most things.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And then if you do that like while you're close to the enemy, or say you kick into it, you can quick boost and then dagger, and that's true.
Yeah. Or even
Is that most effective tool available? No.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
But it's funny, and it can work, which is why I feel like I saw a discussion today with my chat talking about what when I think the game will be in a healthy spot. And I legit think that we're in a pretty healthy spot right now, because the most effective tool available build right now is pretty high skill ceiling, I feel like. Pretty high skill floor. Like the Sea Knight build, the Rat Knight build we talked about earlier, I feel like it's a decently healthy meta build. What do y'all think about that? Because if the best build in the game is difficult to pilot, not everyone can run it, just right out the bat, easily, and it also is decently fun to play against, I feel like we're in a good spot.
I think another reason why it's fine because it's not like a dominant. Oh, this is a 9-1 matchup. Lol. No, had some like 5-5, 6-4 matchups still, but
Yeah,
it's a good.
It's not the best. It's not the best build by far, bar none, as well, which is nice.
Yeah. I think while like we have a fair number of builds that work now, that's so much better than before.
Oh yeah.
Your rank one.
It could be better. It should be better. Like a lot of these weapons feel like PvE only type shit, and there's no reason for that.
It's right here. Hunting. This is what I mean by Rat Knight. This build right here.
I just want to be able to run rifles, man.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah. Because like assault rifle, motor cobra, machine gun was like super good, man. That used to be so good.
It was super good, but you know what's better? Just fucking railgun motor cobra, and you just cross wield.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Motor
agree.
Cobra's
I
ridiculous.
love, guys, I also love Motor Cobra. I'm a big fan of Motor Cobra.
Oh yeah, you're a fan of motor cobra.
Motor Cobra is my favorite leg
All right.
in
Good job.
Armored Core for answer? Question mark?
Yeah, the
Machine
motor
gun.
cobra is a
Anyway.
really good leg.
Oh, it's a machine gun. Okay.
There you go.
I thought you were talking about like a build that used the Motor Cobra and a machine
Oh,
gun.
it's
or something
definitely a
like that.
weapon.
I see. Motor Cobra, these nuts. I agree, Roki Chain.
Adam, jeez.
Yeah, this
that's
is
one that might have a.
this is a Rat
another
Knight
meaning.
build right here.
Yeah, and it can take advantage of Basho arms because it doesn't have to aim any weapons.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just shooting missiles.
Which is very, very, very strong.
Yeah, the damage on the whip with them Bashos, that 150 melee skill is so brutal.
Did y'all know that
Yeah.
that hammer does more damage than dual Zim? Than two Zims?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
fucking
that is
insane?
a cursed thing. That is a cursed thing. It's awesome, actually. I love it. I just
Look
wish
at
other
that.
melee weapons were as good.
Right. Why can't they all perform at a pretty wild level, and then that's the balance for melees, huh?
Be nice. Honestly, I feel like melee once like regular blades are good, I feel like we're in a fantastic fucking spot. Unless they're like oppressive, you know what I mean?
Yeah, melee needs to be somewhere special because like it's so fun to evade. Like it's so tense and aggressive, but
Laser.
so easy to deal
God,
with.
I have the most love-hate relationship with Laser Blade I think I've ever had with any single weapon or like character or anything like that in any game. I love
Yeah,
Laser Blade.
it made me
It
alt
is the-
F4.
It is the most dopamine I've ever gotten from a weapon in this game, but it just like, look at this. Okay, I actually connected that time.
Destroyed,
But
man. Unfortunate.
God, it's just I legitimately I feel like this won't even hit. Oh, it did actually. I wonder if it because I actually did y'all know the fucking height of your AC matters with melee.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the most
everything
fucked up thing.
about your frame's shape actually matters. And like leg length matters for kicking.
Which is so goofy. Like I think this will. Nope, it
Like
won't. Not.
hoverboat pile bunker is fucking hilarious. 'cause
I can't
you just
believe
can't
it.
get close enough. I love
can't
it.
believe it.
Oh
been
yeah,
patched.
oh my god. Someone tried to bink me. They were like right next to me, literally touching me, and the animation of the bink made the nose of the hover tank push me away.
That's awesome.
It was so sad to watch.
God, no.
By its own design, unfortunate.
Yeah. The schnoz is too large.
It
Schnoz.
is. Can't smooch. Schnoz too big.
Too powerful, unfortunate.
Yeah, I think once we have melee in a good spot, I think the game will be in a good spot as well. Because like that's the biggest outlier right now. Like so many things are good. It's like rifles and melee just suck.
I think melee would be a lot better if melee thrust worked on anything but lightweights, because you sacrifice so much speed when you go down to a
yeah.
medium or a heavy.
Dude, well, I mean, the thing is, like, the fact that your blades, like, your melee thrust, like, it goes off your weight is so weird to me. It's like, it's not just your melee thrust and your booster, it's also your weight. Give charge melees hyper armor? Oh my god, Shiro, I 1000% fucking agree.
My lance
amount of
harper
times-
hyper
Yeah.
armor.
Dude,
Come
the
on.
amount of times that I have done this exact animation and just gotten kicked is way too fucking many.
Except for oscillator. Anything ranged should be able to be kicked out of.
Yes,
dude, like-
agreed.
Like, okay, I notice the enemies coming at me. I do this move. I get kicked. It doesn't fucking matter. It's like, I have a sword. You should not want to approach me. But kicking me is the best thing.
Yeah,
It's so
kicking it is
dumb.
optimal.
Yeah.
Chainsaw, please. Chainsaw getting kick immunity would be awesome. Like, legitimately, I think
That'd be
that'd be
sick.
so good. Like,
Yeah.
uncharged. Could you imagine how good that would be?
Yeah,
It's like,
just
sorry,
like
homie, you can't
punish
kick
someone
me.
being recklessly aggressive against you.
Give the charge chainsaw like 7% damage reduction. I'll be down.
Yeah, it already has 40% damage reduction.
Make it 30% more. Let's fuck it. Just
Pure
go all
melee.
the
So
way.
Pivor says pure melee shouldn't be viable or it would be overpowered.
Right, I agree. It should be usable by people who practice with it a lot, but it shouldn't be consistently winning against other top builds, because, like, dude, you're just punching in a world where projectile explosives exist. That's stupid.
Right.
Yeah, I can
That's
agree with
just my
Shiro
opinion.
here.
That is by no means fact. That's just where I come from on that.
I feel like it should be a high risk, high reward playstyle, which it already is right now. But the thing is, the reward just isn't that great because like I'll get like
Achieving the reward is almost impossible too.
yeah, it's like okay, charge pulse blade is probably the best like traditional melee weapon we have, right? You are just going to dodge this if you know what you're doing because it's like a weird like diagonal slash. You'll just dodge to the fucking right or left. Like that is what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is like good luck hitting a good player with this weapon.
It's a bit telegraphed, yeah. I mean, obviously it's telegraphed as a fucking animation, but like, there's enough time to react. You know, if it had if they just increased the windup like incrementally, I think that could eventually put them in a way better spot.
It'd be nice. Cause like laser blade, laser dagger is probably the best like traditional melee setup because you just punish with laser dagger and stuff like that. And then you can assault armor if they go for a pulse armor or something like that. But it's just like why would I ever go for that when I can just run dual earshot?
Exactly.
Yeah, and if you have dual earshot, the self stagger makes it so that you can't use your melee to punish. So like they don't work too well with a lot of the other great weapons in the.
You can boost out the self stagger though.
True.
You know what? I'm going sicko mode, guys. Watch this.
But then you want to shoot earshots from above, and melee is generally bad on the vertical. So
That is true.
There you go, Striker. Now you're cooking.
There we go. See, that works. Just run a quad chat. It solves all your problems.
I actually did have a friend who doesn't play too much, and he asked me to like scrap him up a strong 3v3 build that could be fun to play. And so I had him make a water strider that had 2 earshots in the back and told him to just stride it like the skybox. But it
awesome.
works, dude. It's really gross.
Actually, you know what? Have we ever tried a Kikaku water strike? No, it does not work. It does not work even in the slightest.
Oh no.
Big said.
We're looking for quick boost only here, whether it's a really long quick boost or a bunch of small ones.
I've seen Bort do some crazy stuff with Kikaku laser dagger. Which is always fun to watch.
Yeah, you just don't gain any benefits from the quad. Like the quad's boost speed bonus that it gets while hovering obviously goes away whenever you enter a blade animation.
Right.
I think the
Which annoys me. Let me do it while hovering. That would be really cool. That'd be so sick.
Also, I don't think it should take energy while you're traveling towards your opponent. Like, it shouldn't take this much anyway. Like, look, so I have Kikaku on, right? I've got laser dagger. The two, like, you know, least energy use. Like, oh, actually, you know what? What is the least energy useful? Like, melee take Ian consumption. Let me look. 390 on mule. That's terrible. But anyway, so 425. So
don't even talk about the mule, dude.
so look at how much energy it takes for me to go from here to there with my laser dagger. Like that's as much as a quick boost. So like the entire time I'm quick boosting toward I'm melee canceling towards my opponent. I'm also draining energy like in between. Like look at that.
But also look at your speed when you do that dash.
Yeah, it goes
try to melee
800.
cancel with assault boost.
Yeah, that's for like chasing down rats, correct?
Yeah, it's more energy efficient, and you get the stagger reduction in between melees. So yeah, it's better for like distance travel.
Yeah, it's legit. I think Kikaku is. I think once melee's a better spot, I'll be running like I'll be running like melee all the time, which I already am, but still.
I love having a single melee weapon on my build. It feels so cool. It's just I'd rather have a gun most of the time.
Yeah, it's
I love
like
playing against melee players. I just eat the stagger and punish.
yeah, you just like
shield it. Oh, shields eat melee alive.
No.
Yeah.
Man.
I legit think shield should, like melee should just go straight through shields. It is so sad that matchup. Cause like, okay, we'll chat real quick. Look at this. So 78 instant. This is the best shield in the game by a large amount. Instant guard damage mitigation 78. Instant guard impact dampening 80. You get 6 of these. They get 1 charge pulse blade. You use the charge pulse blade, and my shield's already off cooldown. Like look, like I'll do the charge pulse blade. No, I want you to look at the cooldown rate of these two. Y'all see what I mean? It's like the shield's already, even if you make me use all 6 of my instant guards, it's like you might get 1 pulse blade off, but like that I have to miss 6 times my instant guard. You have to fake me out 6 times.
Yep.
It's like, that's so sad, right?
And a lot of melee builds want to like assault boost at you, kick, hit like a majestic or a linear rifle. You know, do that combo. So if you shield that and you don't get hit stunned, the lightweight melee player just eats dirt.
Yeah, exactly. Lightweight melee, I don't think is ever going to be good in this game. Just like the bones of the game need to change for lightweight melee to be good.
Yeah, because consider the lightweight melee player, right? They stagger, they throw their melee attack, they do big damage, right? But they don't kill. And then that enemy is unstaggered right next to a lightweight.
Exactly.
We all know where that's going.
Majestic, your shot.
LCS is large. You know, it just dies.
Lightweight are not viable. This is when Nowhere's talking, a good player. Lightweight are not viable at the moment, not even considering melee at the moment. I mean, yeah, I do agree with that for the most part. I think midweight is just better lightweight. Because you can make a fast as fuck midweight. Like, you don't have to, like...
With the weight changes, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like, you get maybe, like, 40 more speed on lightweight, which, like, that really doesn't really matter. For the most part, you'd much rather have, like, the immense more variability that you get from running a heavyweight. Or a midweight, sorry. It's like just the whole lightweight playstyle is you get staggered once and you die. It's like that is just how it works. So it's just, you know, it's just unfortunate how it works.
Does not exist. I agree.
Yeah. Watch me turn into dust.
Too much risk. Well, that's the fun. I mean,
idiot.
We're not talking about fun though. Like when it comes to something like being in the meta, being not in the meta, you talk about just viability. You don't talk about fun.
Yeah. We were talking about fun earlier with the linear rifle. You know, there's a time and a place. Obviously, I think that's some of the most fun you can have with the game. But at a high level, with that's what Winnowards is talking about, and it's just not there. They're too fragile,
which is unfortunate.
And everyone makes mistakes, you know.
Dude, the amount of time that I get fucking comments on my videos saying that lightweights are overpowered. You're just playing them wrong. Like I've gotten maybe 12 of those over the course of my YouTube career. It drives me up the fucking wall. It's like, okay, when you're playing in pub, when you're playing randos online, lightweights are good. But when you're playing against people for money, like the $1,000 tournament we're having on November 18th, no, you don't run a lightweight because you're just going to get obliterated. Like that is just going to happen.
People might chat. I want to money match them. Hello?
Exactly.
Take their money, man.
Yep.
I guarantee you all of them play like Xbox or something where the player base is way smaller.
Probably. I mean, if you've never gotten out of the puddle, you don't know what's in the ocean.
Exactly. It's the big fish, small pond shit. It's like
if I hadn't like jumped into PvP in this game and I just had my my PvE in the couple matches I played with a friend, I would still think Rensetsu RF is good.
Yeah, I mean, when I was playing through the campaign, you hit me with the Rensetsu RF seems broken. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, literally, yeah, literally. I said those words because I was impressed with like how fast it would kill MTs, like all that shit. But that doesn't apply to PvP.
Yeah, you told me, like, I remember this so vividly in chat. You're like, you look at the direct hit adjustment. It's so high, and it was like 220, and I'm like, dang, that actually does seem pretty high.
I think you were using a different rifle.
Kind of condescending towards Xbox players there. I mean, the thing is, I'm not being mean to Xbox, the black sheep of like the FromSoft games, because there's no crossplay, of course, in FromSoft games, because you know that would be too nice for us. But if you're a big FromSoft fan, you're on PlayStation because Bloodborne came out on PlayStation, Demon's Souls came out on PlayStation, etc., etc. So you're just gonna buy the next PlayStation. Where Xbox has. And thank you, by the way, Vertigo, for calling me out. Thank you, by the way, Vertigo, for calling me out, because I guarantee I would have gotten like 3 YouTube comments on that, talking about like, I'm an Xbox player and you're being mean.
It's good that we went into it a little bit more. That was something that deserved the time.
Yeah, I'm glad we talked about that. Thank you, Vertigo. This is why doing this live is fun.
You mentioned that, right? The difference between scenes, but for Answer, and I believe for most of 5MVD, Xbox players were generally considered better.
Really?
Yeah, 5MVD were bigger on Xbox because Xbox players didn't play as much for Answer.
The only exception for like 5MVD was JP. They were just better. Yes, they were just better.
Yeah,
PS3,
played more. They just played more.
Yeah,
and I think Sony's a little more popular in Japan than Microsoft.
But for 4 answers, strangely enough, the 360 scene was by far the best.
Interesting.
Dude.
I mean, has there ever been a... I mean, Armored Core got started on PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they stayed with Sony for a long time. I think it was partially them being a Japanese company. Like, business ends were probably a lot easier during that time. Whereas now, like, honestly, it's gotten a lot more global. Like, companies are interfacing internationally. They have studios overseas and shit now. So I'm not surprised that we're seeing it on more consoles like Xbox, PC. It seems natural. I think it's great for the series.
Yeah, I can agree with that 1000%. I just wish we had crossplay at some point. Like, I would love that. If we get a crossplay just at some point, like eventually.
Yeah. FromSoft, fix your netcode first. Don't get ambitious, all right?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's like...
But next.
The thing is, okay, so... The thing with the netcode is that I know this from... I actually opened up Premiere Pro. If the stream dies, that's why. So the issue with the netcode problem is that... And I know this from Elden Ring. Easy anti-cheat absolutely fucks over the netcode on PC. That is just a thing that happens. It's a thing that happened a lot during Elden Ring. That's why a lot of people that play on seamless co-op for tournaments and stuff like that. Because what easy anti-cheat like has this weird, it increases latency by like a lot more than it should. If you do cross-region like events stuff like that, it's way better on seamless co-op because it's a pure peer-to-peer connection.
Right, it bypasses the anti-cheat.
I have a connection question, because I was told that Linux does not care about easy anti-cheat.
Yes.
So my question is Linux better for like net play since you don't care about the anti-cheat?
No,
Or does it
because
matter? You still get
your
the delay?
opponent still has it. Actually,
If
I don't
two-
know.
Okay.
I don't know if two Linux players. I don't know if that makes the
Yeah.
latency better. That could be interesting though. I feel like that's a
my
question for.
yeah.
I'm gonna DM my friend who plays on Linux. Actually, LDSKR is a big fan of Linux. I'll have to hit them up
Tekken 8.
with
Oh
it.
yeah, have y'all seen Tekken 8 yet?
No, Tekken 8?
The netcode's phenomenal. Okay, just for example, I saw a guy, I think it's the main man Swede or whatever, he's in Sweden. He was playing against someone in Japan, only 5 frames of lag. That's it.
Damn.
Wow.
That's
Holy
how good
shit.
it can be.
That's it. It was like 200 something ping, but if you actually watch the game, them talking, it's like, yeah, this feels fine.
I think that's one avenue that games as a whole like can strive to be better in. Like graphics are pretty photorealistic, but
Also, it's crossplay, by the way.
netcode, man.
Also, it's crossplay, incredible. It's just
Damn.
like I love FromSoft games, but when it comes I especially love the PvP aspect, of course, but like I really hope that they get better over time.
Yeah, invest in some network talent for real. It in the modern era of almost always online gaming, your net team needs to be bar none like the best on your fucking dev team. Like,
I've said
they
this so
need
many
to be big
times.
brains.
I've said it so many times, but From Software is the Nintendo of PvP games.
Talking about netcode, though, that was like a standard for Japan for a while. Like a lot of their online games, even for fighting games, up to like 2015? I don't remember what the first Japanese fighting game had a good netcode it was. But no, they generally had like bad netcode, like really bad netcode.
That's a good point, Shiro, because I remember seeing a tweet about that. Let me see if I can find it. From Software hiring. So like, okay, so From Software put out. Let's see.
So I asked Corrado for help. I asked
Here's
GPO for help.
Here's an IGN article about it. From Software recruitment drive suggests major expansion of Elden Ring and Dark Souls developer. So this happened literally today, by the way. 7:42 a.m. is when this article came up. Today, October 30th. If you're watching this live, or if you're watching this later, I'm stupid. Anyway, but like they basically had like a huge recruitment drive recently, trying to get more people in the company. So we might actually see that, which is really cool.
That's great. That's great. I know, like in Japanese business culture, it's really common to like cultivate talent. So, like those people might end up being like the shape of the company in the future. And
Yeah.
they're expanding huge. That's nice because I think they do need more teams, man. Like we can't wait another 15 years for an Armored Core game. If they want to get another one out like on time in 1 to 2 years, and Elden Ring DLC and another game, that's more than we've seen them put out like ever. This is the biggest FromSoft has ever been.
Yeah, it's legitimately really fucking cool and gives me a lot of hope when it comes to like us getting Armored Core games in the future. Which like I'm gonna keep the scene. I'm gonna do my best to keep the scene alive while we're waiting, because like, I mean, this is the thing that comes down with like with tournaments like that. We can talk about the $1,000 tournament here. But like how you keep a scene alive in between games is your host events. Like there's a reason why like fighting games stick around. And like once Smash stopped getting patched, Smash is still really big, you know? Like once like Ultimate's still a really fucking big game because there's still tournaments for it.
Exactly. You start with a good product, but eventually, out of sight, out of mind, people might just not think about it for a bit, and if they aren't seeing things on their front page, events, tournaments, like anything really, they move on naturally.
Hey, actually, perfect question. Hey, Bowls, you've won a few tournaments, right?
Yeah, what's up?
Do you think you'd be playing this video game? Do you think you'd be playing this video game if there weren't tournaments with prize pools?
No. I have a life, dude. I have a job.
So,
I would not. I'm sorry.
One of our best players just straight up would not be playing the video game. Be moving on to something else. Like that is just that. And person who really enjoys the video
right
game
now.
Like
there's just nothing to do. Like there's not ranked. I mean, of course, but okay. I want to ask you all a question. I want to answer your question with a question. What would y'all want? Better netcode or a ranked mode?
better netcode. We can make a ranked mode ourselves. Like K-Snake is like I need to make a video on it, but K-Snake already has like a website where you can find somebody and that has, like tracks elo and stuff like that.
Like that's cool and all for me, like, but this ranked mode is only used by select players, maybe 100 at tops. But if the game had it start like a ranked mode, I would have any issues. Not even playing a tournament, just playing ranked.
Okay, but issue with like ranked mode over better netcode is that I'm just gonna run the most netcode abusing shit and then have a bad connection to you. I'm gonna pop on like double majestic, double earshot, and just like throttle my fucking connection and be the best player in the world. You know what I mean?
I mean, if the report system worked, you know. But no, I get what you mean.
Yeah, I don't think you can like really shoot for one without the other, because like if I'm playing ranked and I'm losing to netcode constantly, I'm gonna quit for the same reason I quit League. I'm bad at it.
I guess my only issue is like just having better netcode is I also get bored the same amount of time.
Yeah, I think there's like a lot of truth there, though, that like people who are like interested in being competitive, have a competitive mindset, find joy in that. If there's a ranked system, those people will stay around more, which is good for everyone else because that means more people to play with, you know? So like that would definitely help the player base with a future title. We have to do the legwork ourselves.
I mean, that'd be the perfect world, you know, if you get both, but you know.
Yeah, but like, what's the chance that we get both like in this game specifically? Like we get
in this game,
we could probably get a ranked mode because like honestly, ER didn't launch with an arena, just straight up didn't. We got it like months later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ranked can be so easily implemented. We've had ranked for years. Probably since like 2008.
Yeah, and Elden Ring's arena was just a copy paste from Dark Souls 3. So like the exact infrastructure and code and everything was just a copy paste. So like there is a reason why I feel like they're waiting to release it alongside like more PvP changes, because I guarantee you if we had ranked at launch with how badly the game was balanced at launch, we'd lose a lot of, I mean we already lost a lot of players. We might even have lost even more. I'll be real.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, with the balance being so out of whack, I agree. It would have been really frustrating.
There's definitely the room for it. I think they should, because it's like a low investment, high reward thing to add.
Dude, yeah, because like imagine if we get like the balance right now is fantastic. I love where the game is at right now, but imagine it gets even better and better and better, and like 3 PvP patches from now, they drop the fucking ranked mode, and the game is blissfully well balanced, and people come back to it for the ranked mode, and then stick with it because the balance is so good. They want to play the ranked mode. You know what I mean?
I just took a fat whiff of copium. All right.
I think I think something else.
Ideally, right? Ideally, do that, right? You know, get the game in a good state, drop ranked PvP, you know, make it a thing, and add a couple parts. Doesn't have to be a lot. It could be fucking 4 parts, dude. They could add like anything. Give us a bone, right? And people are gonna want to try that. They're gonna boot the game up, and then there's ranked. Ooh, I want to. Anyway, I'm done huffing the copium. Sorry about that tangent, but like, shit, man, give me more parts. That would get people to pay attention to the game again.
I just need more perspective. I don't think I've even have 10 hours like for the past week of playing this game. I don't know.
Also,
I think I like the game. There's stuff to do.
I know there was a baby Bowls. What the fuck? You have a child? They allowed you to have a kid?
Wait, no, I don't like baby. Where'd you hear that?
That's how you know. That's how you know America's fucked up if Bowls can have a kid.
Wait, what the fuck? I don't have a kid. What did y'all hear?
You said you had a kid.
No,
3 bowls, dude.
No,
you said you have a wife and a kid. That's what you said. That is exactly what you said. Am I crazy, chat? Am I stupid?
I said I only put 10 hours in the game because I'm just so
No,
bored.
you said that earlier. You said earlier that you had a wife and a kid.
No, I had a wife. That's it.
I'm recording. I can look back.
Look at the recording. I want to hear. Am I crazy? Am I having like all
Dude,
time?
you're gonna hear yourself say this, and it's
Yeah,
gonna like
but you had it
activate
wrong.
a sleeper cell in your brain or something.
Fucking
Roki-chan agrees with me.
Mandela
No,
effect or something.
Roki says no. He has a kid. He said he has a
No.
kid. Dude, what the fuck, Bulls? You forgot about your own child. This is why.
God.
Oh,
You know what? My animals are my kid. How about that?
oh, he said he had a family. I see. Okay, he said he had a wife and a family. Never mind then. All right,
You know what? My pets are part of my family.
that's a good point.
Big true.
Oh yeah, I'm about to get a new kitty. Let's go.
Oh yeah, you sent me a picture of that. It's
Excellent.
adorable. Let me
Yeah,
put that on
I
screen
gotta
real
show you
quick.
a picture, dude.
I'll put it on screen real quick. Yeah, you were
All
like.
right.
There you go.
You were like,
Send it.
yeah, I'll talk to you later. I gotta go, and then and then you send me a picture like, yeah, I went to go check on this thing. It's like,
My wife saw it like on her Facebook like news thing. It's like, oh, this is for adoption. It's like, oh, so we're getting it Friday. So.
look at that cat, chat. Look at the cat.
Oh,
If you're-
I need to check
If you're
strikers.
listening to this while driving right now, don't look at it. Look at it when you get home.
Look at it. Look at
Pull
it.
over to the. If you're on the highway right now, pull over to the side of the road and then look at it. Don't look at it right
it's
now.
worth it.
It's not worth it. No, don't look at this while
Oh,
driving.
yeah, worth it? Wow, Striker. Not calling
It's
this
not
cat
worth.
it.
It's not worth
Cat
almost
hater
getting into a
Striker.
heart. I'm not
Yes.
a cat hater. We have a cat.
Confirmed.
We have a cat. It just never comes down here because it doesn't like me.
It doesn't like you because you hate it. There you go.
No,
Oh, yeah?
it's a one-person cat. It only likes Jade. It's really funny. That thing will ignore the absolute fuck out of everyone else. The police
I need to get a second
officer who
cat,
pulled
dude.
me over says hi.
Hello, can we get an interview? Do you play Armored Core?
Okay, that's a
Do you
good
play Armored
question.
Core?
That's a good question. Does the police officer who pulled you over play Armored Core?
And do you play meta?
Yeah, I gotta talk about this. I talked about this earlier on stream. I got called a soy-lennial on Twitter because of my commentary, which is really funny.
What's soy lineal? I'm like,
It's a millennial who is like a soy boy, I think, question mark.
It's anyone who expresses excitement about something.
Dude,
I don't
legitimately,
know
it was
my
so
Striker.
young people
it was
terms,
so fucking funny. It was like the tweet was like, my brother is watching an Armored Core video right now, and the guy who's speaking is such a soy-lennial. They're going like, wow, or wowee, or that was so close. And someone added me in the
golly.
replies.
Anyways.
It's like,
What do you want, like a fucking trucker to come on and you're like, holy fuck, bro.
should I speak in a much deeper voice like this when I commentate? Like,
Well,
wowee,
that's
that
what
was
I'm
so
here for.
close. It's like-
I'm the monotone guy, and you're the hype guy.
exactly.
Right.
You're,
You guys have a nice yin yang thing going.
Yeah, I do like how me and Dirk's chemistry works, because Dirk's the fucking guy in the chair with like sunglasses on, the hacker guy, and I'm the guy who gets really fucking excited and interrupts them constantly.
Yeah, I'm wearing a leather duster right now.
That's awesome.
Am I just the fat alcoholic that just says random things?
No,
yeah,
you're-
we love you for it.
No, I think Bowles is like, if we're doing the guy in the chair analogy, I think Bowles is the spy, because he's the one who fucking wins everything.
yeah.
He's the drunk uncle in the lawn chair.
Who
Damn.
wins everything, right?
Yeah,
wins?
that just wins at like all the games. Yeah.
My god, guys.
Cowboy hat over his headphones. Yep.
Cowboy hat. Honestly, a cowboy hat would fit you so well, Dirk. I'll be real.
Horse head mask. Let's go, dude.
Dude,
I'm
my
down.
dad got a cowboy hat and he looks pretty alright in it. Maybe I should get a cowboy hat. It runs in my family.
Oh man, it's the next step in your evolution.
My cowboy era is just beginning. Yeehaw, partner.
Speaking of Yeehaw partner, I sadly did not get partner today. We talked about that a little bit before we started recording, but I applied for it. Twitch was like, sorry, the fact that you host like 200 viewer tournaments and have a 60 viewer average every other day doesn't matter. We're looking for 75 over all the time. It's like, well, fuck.
Me
Yeah,
knowing like
on the
20
grind.
partners who average 5, like
So you
know
know
what?
You know what's fucked up
What's
about
up,
that, by the
Twitch?
way? How I would solve that is just stop streaming unless it's a tournament day.
yeah, no, if you just have to hit your hours and hit the numbers. If they want to play the numbers game, play the fucking numbers game and beat them at it.
But the thing is, like, that means that I wouldn't like be able to support myself because I support myself by streaming every day.
Oh darn.
This is my main
Shit.
source of income now.
All right, so what you need to do is make a second channel.
You need to be a boob streamer. Honestly, that's a good. You
There
know
you go.
what? Look at this
I
chat.
stream on YouTube or like
There you
dual
go.
stream.
I've
Probably
for
the-
those listening at home, I have unbuttoned the top button of my
Oh
polo.
jeez.
There we go.
Whoa, you need a
Much
lewd
better.
tag now, man. Jesus.
Yep, this is
Striker
the
After
segment where
Dark?
you're going to want to full screen the
shit.
podcast.
The full screen the podcast.
Once again, pull over if you can. This is worth it.
Yeah. Striker, need like a red light, so we can just call you the Red Room right now. Holy shit.
I can't actually put on a red light.
Perfect. Red Room
see.
Striker after hours, man.
There we go. Look at that. Perfect. Oh, this hurts my eyes so badly.
This is cursed.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
This hurts so bad.
You look
Okay,
like
I'm
the Kool-Aid man, dude.
we got blue, we got yellow, we got purple, we got
Ew.
there's another red. That's a nice darker. You know, we'll go with that. That's better. There we go. Now I'm evil. Add thought hub.
All right.
You like the
Who's gonna make me a Macho Man?
Horns, you know?
But yeah, it's
Macho
just
Man Randy Savage, VTuber model? Is that what you're asking?
It's
Decals.
Oh, decal. Okay.
it's unfortunate because the reason I wanted partners because you can actually apply for like the front page of Twitch when you get partner. And imagine we had an Armored Core event on the front page of Twitch. Could you fucking imagine how amazing that would be? Like I thought,
Yeah,
like the
exactly,
$1,000
dude.
tournament that has like 130. I think let's see, it has 124 players signed up already. Imagine that on the front page of fucking Twitch, dude.
Yeah, come play Armored Core. Look at this.
That would be incredible, right? But sadly didn't
it's-
get this time. Hopefully next time. Most people get denied their first time anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A rite of passage.
I feel
Yeah.
like you should dual stream just for the extra income.
Well, the thing is with YouTube streaming is that your channel actually gets flagged as a streamer channel, which means that you get less you get pushed less on recommended, which is really goofy, but that's just how it works. Like
Yep, so you have to have an alt channel if you want to do that, which means you're starting from scratch on that one, which means you're not in anyone's recommended. Like,
You could just advertise. I mean, it'd be like less clicks, of course, but just advertise in your main. Like, hey, I stream on this.
the
But-
issue is that that's so much more micromanaging on my end. Like I
Yeah.
just rather just do Twitch because like honestly I like the YouTube's a secondary thing. I love Twitch. Twitch is so fun. Like this is what I wanted to do for a living for a long time, and now it's finally happening. Like it is so fucking fun to just go live every day, talk to chat, and just have a good time. You know?
yeah,
I mean, if
that's
you
what
wanted like some easy clicks, we thought about like doing TikTok live streams.
I have actually started the TikTok for the
Really?
for the shorts that I do on YouTube
Okay.
now, the advertising stuff. Like I was like, well, Armored Core seems decently big on TikTok. I guess I'll do that.
Oh,
Does it-
Mojik's got a good point. Like, as a user, they can't even find streamers because they can't browse live streams by category.
That's
Like,
Serious?
somehow Twitch is actually better for browsing live streams than YouTube is.
Yeah, YouTube sucks for that. Like,
Wow.
you legitimately, if they just had like the same page that Twitch does, where like you just choose a game, it'd be so much better for YouTube.
Yeah. Just,
But it just doesn't do it.
Categories work well for finding streams. Not so much for, like, videos, but, like, that's a different story. Like, streaming, I want to watch someone play this game. I'm going to look for that game first, and then I'm going to go through the directory of streamers, where YouTube, it's like the opposite. It's just, here's a bunch of streamers, good luck.
Yep. It's honestly really fucking gross. I don't like how YouTube does a lot of their stuff.
I like their bitrate.
True.
Yeah, they also use A1 encoding. Was it AV1? AV1 encoding. It's very good.
I don't know what that means.
It's better than 264 in Vink.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, when you stream on Twitch, what encoder do you use? You probably use 264, probably. It's like the default one.
How do I check?
Yeah, we'll talk about this later,
Settings,
okay?
stream, output, streaming, X264. That's what I use. That's my
Yep.
video encoder.
All right.
Yeah.
So what?
Okay, well, quick. No one cares about this. Why are we talking about this? People are here
I
for
don't know.
Armored
I
Core.
don't know, man.
We should-
Tangent, sorry.
I might have to cut all that out. But anyway.
Anyways,
So back to Armored Core. We do have some events coming up. We do have the $1,000 tournament on November 18th, which is going to be super exciting. I cannot wait for that. Y'all have no idea how stressed out I am about it, but like in a good way. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Like,
Sorry, though, not our first rodeo, you know?
Dude, we have 124 players signed up for it. I know most of them are probably not even going to like enter into it, but I want at least 234 because 233, if you remember, Dirk, that was the oh, has a child looked at? Okay, yeah, okay, people actually clipped it. So you did say you had a kid, Bulls.
okay. I need to hear it.
But click on the fucking link in chat because I'm not doing that right now. But anyway, we had 234 entrants for the week 1 tournament. About 135 of those people actually showed up, which means that 135 is the highest amount of entrants we've ever gotten in a tournament before. Because week 1 was probably the biggest tournament we've ever had. So, if we can get a bigger tournament than week 1, that's huge. Especially
Yeah,
since
we
week
want to see
one.
growth.
Especially since week one's the height of the game's popularity. You know what I mean? Like, game's still new, it's still fresh, stuff like that.
Yeah, being able to bring those kinds of numbers back after week one, after month one, hell, we're in, what, month 2, 3? Like, getting that many players to return for a competitive tournament would be awesome and a good sign for the game.
It would be an amazing sign for the game. Because, like, honestly, I feel like the game's still going
Oh,
strong.
I'm an idiot. Okay, I slurred my words.
Yeah, those Trulies, huh?
I'm definitely to hear it.
Bo's trying to cover up the fact that he does actually have a child. He just doesn't want the
No, I
internet to know
said
about it.
job, not child. But I can't talk, dude.
Oh, yeah, because job and kid sound very similar.
They do. What?
I said child, or it sounds like I said child, but I said job. I don't know.
Oh, my God, yeah. Next time you lie, Bowls, make sure you choose a better one than that.
So you want to fabricate a child in your life? Make sure you
just
get
fabricate one.
Bowls
Let's go pull it off the street. Don't even
You
know.
could call it that.
Bo's winning tournaments to support his child. What an inspiring story. True.
Yeah, my cat child is coming up to the world.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Dude, I love this game. We gotta end every fucking Armored Cast. I was just fucking gushing about the game because holy shit, man.
Some people think we do nothing but complain, and
Oh
now I'm
my
gonna
God.
complain about that.
Bro, the
Like,
amount
I'm
of
not
fucking
complaining, you know.
the amount
It's
of
meta.
fucking comments I got. I had to make for the first time ever a comment on my own video, a pinned comment talking about like why we're talking about what we're talking about. Because like the last rogue keychain got, because you talked about it in chat. The last Armored Cast that we did, someone made a comment like, "Don't overhype the LCS just because the Zimmerman got nerfed." It's like, homie, it's winning every fucking event. What do you mean? Like, it was winning back then anyway. I think it's fine now, but back then it was winning literally every event that we had.
It's just lack of game knowledge at that point. There's nothing. It's just new patch, you know.
Yeah, new patch. So the thing that was broken last patch was still broken this patch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I missed.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, I'm still playing this. I haven't gone back. I haven't regressed to older titles.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
thought I might, but when the game came out, I was honestly pretty pleased with how well it felt, even though they got rid of things I liked, like turn speed.
Scissors.
The sandbox is good. A few things
Yeah.
need help, but overall, man, like we're still coming up with new fun builds, like Water Strider being relatively new in the collective mindset. I wonder what thing's next. Is there anything coming up around the corner, you know?
The thing is, the game's sandbox is so gosh darn big that I feel like we're gonna keep coming up with new stuff for a long time. I don't think we found everything yet. I really don't.
Lean rock paper player.
Well, yeah, that's one of the beautiful things about Armored Core as a series is how defining each of the regulations are that come out. I guess now it's patches, you know, fuck it. It's not so regulations anymore, right? Now they're officially called patches.
I think
We can't select between them, so I think the
Okay, so-
differentiation is useful.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, the patching type thing, which is kind of unfortunate because having different regulations set standards of like insane amounts of energy to use, and the other regulation is like insane explosive damage.
Dude,
That's, you know, all.
I would have
example.
loved like a year later to do a Regulation 1.0 tournament again, just to remind ourselves of how bad it was. Like that was an
my
event I
God.
had planned, but since we can't choose our own regulations like Armored Core France or Armored Core 5, that's just unfortunate.
Well, if you're
the
able to
modding
mod the
community.
game,
Yeah.
maybe you could go back to
If
an
you
older
mod
pat.
the game,
No, like,
Yeah.
so, let me give you a good example. So, like, Dead by Daylight, I think you can play on like previous patches.
well, I know you can do it for like speedrunning and stuff like that, but can you even like access the online mode?
No, I don't think you can. But like you said, you could probably like mod like Elden Ring, just do something similar for this game. I don't know.
I don't think we're gonna have seamless co-op equivalent for this game. I really don't.
Even seamless PvP would be nice.
That
Dude,
would be.
If
There you go.
if someone's smart enough to make a PvP like mod for this game, like an actual
That
like
just
with
bypasses the easy anti-cheat.
dude, that would be amazing. Like legitimately, I feel like that would fix so many problems with the game. And then you also like, if you're playing on that already, you can have this like, because Bowles talked about earlier. I talked about like K-Snake's like website earlier, and Bowles was like, well, no one would use that and so like that. Well, it's like, yeah, you're right. But if we had this mod making the PvP better, as well as the, you know, the website for it, then you're like only playing the people who care about the scene enough where the rank actually matters. You know what I mean?
That'd be sick. Yeah.
The only issue is that would fracture our already pretty small PvP base.
Yeah, but like I feel like if you know enough about the PvP scene to play in tournaments and stuff like that, then you're already like a step above when it comes to knowledge of like other people. You know what I mean? Like other like
Right,
randos.
but think
and
about it
lobbyists.
for the new player, right? You get this game for Christmas. It's been out for a while. You go into multiplayer after beating the campaign, and no one's playing.
That's true, but like I don't
What's
think
up with
I don't think
that?
we would kill. I don't think we would kill pub lobbies. You know what I mean? I feel like you'd still just jump on. Like if Bulls just wants to try a new build, I don't think they jump on the mod. I think they just jump on the regular game. You know what I mean?
The real answer is to go bug my friends.
Yeah, using
true,
it for
yeah.
like tournaments would definitely be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, to ultimately bring my point around is that, the regulations and stuff patches, rather, I'm sorry, make this game incredible. But something interesting that a buddy of mine was asking me the other day, they were asking me if Armored Core 6 was my favorite in the series now. And I was talking about how much I loved For Answer's gameplay and was weighing the two and saying it's hard to pick. And his point was that Armored Core 6, sure, the game itself, the content itself can be one thing or another you can enjoy. You may not necessarily like compared to old gens. But what Armored Core 6 stands for compared to previous Armored Cores in the series, that alone can really elevate it to just this historic status, honestly.
Dude, I
Where
can't
we're
wait.
getting a new resurgence of fucking pilots, man. This is a new era for Armored Core. This is the ground level, as Striker was saying, that this is a test bed. And so we're only going to see things grow and get crazier from here. And so this is an exciting time to be an Armored Core fan.
Isn't this like the most sold Armored Core game?
Oh, by far.
Yes.
Not even close, dude.
Okay.
Didn't sell more than all others combined or something like that. I think I saw an article claiming that. I don't know if that's true or not, though. But could you fucking imagine if that was the case?
It matched Sekiro's sale numbers on Steam.
Hell yeah.
Like, I feel like this... From Software has just straight up said that they want to do more Armored Core stuff. So this is definitely not the end. And honestly, I'm so excited. Because, like, okay, picture this, gamers. Armored Core 7 or the new DLC comes out. We already have an established PvP scene. We already have like multiple channels, multiple streamers, and multiple like content creators that are already established in the Armored Core space that are way bigger than people who are like, big in like For Answer or Verdict Day, because they had 10 years before where they couldn't even make content on like a newer game. You know what I mean? Like Armored Core 7 comes out like 2 years from now, and we still have like this established scene already done, because we basically have to start over from scratch.
And
with
we have all the
Armored Core-
parts too.
Armored Core 5. It's
Yeah.
like so it's just gonna get bigger and bigger from here. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be awesome.
Absolutely. They're not the type to fumble the bag. They've shown that they iterate extremely well.
Yeah,
Or,
AC6
they
is,
could always fail, but they can't.
AC6 is also the first game of the series available on PC. Okay, we gotta talk about this. I really desperately want an Armored Core collection on PC.
Immediately.
And yeah, of course everyone wants that. But like, what I really want is to host tournaments for the older games.
Yep.
Could you fucking imagine how cool that would be? Like, every month I have 2 tournaments, right? Like 2 tournaments, like at minimum. Well, at the end of every month, we do like the Armored Core 6 major tournament, like the big one, and then we do an old gen game. Like, how fucking cool that would be! Like Armored Core 1 tournament, as well as the Armored Core 6, like whatever the newer game is, or like
Yeah,
an
it's
Armored
great
Core Friends
because-
tournament. Like that would, dude, that'd be so fun.
Like the generations are really different than each other, not just in terms of graphical quality, but in terms of how they play. But they're all really pretty solid. I mean, I've played Ninebreaker and Last Raven PvP with Link's Tetsu, and I've played For Answer PvP. I've played 6, obviously, and I would play each one like depending on my mood. If I could just boot up, open a lobby, get a friend to join me without having to boot up a freaking VPN to direct connect each other, like simulating LAN. It's so archaic and weird to try to do now.
Like as people are saying in chat right now, we could just emulate it, but like the PCSX2 like as an emulator just has lag, and also like it's such a huge barrier to entry when I have to set up a fucking emulator for your game. Like
and a VPN.
It's like I'd much rather
and you have
just
to
load
direct
up on
connect to
Steam.
them, and you have to know them to do that. Like, what if I just want to boot up and play some random fucking person, some Joe Schmo? Right?
Also
I can't do that.
Also, I'm not an old head. I'm new relatively to Armored Core. I mean, I played Armored Core France with my buddies when I was, a kid and stuff like that. That's why I really fell in love with the series. But, well, I guess the game, because I only played that one. But, you know what I've never heard from anyone, literally anyone, is Armored Core games PvP being bad. I have heard nothing but love about every single Armored Core game's PvP. Like, there's been a single time where I'm like, oh yeah, the Armored Core 2's PvP was terrible. Nobody liked it. Like, I've never heard that, ever.
Each generation, even within a generation, has quirks. So, like, Ninebreaker and Last Raven are a great example because they came out right after each other within a year. Ninebreaker is rushdown meta. Last Raven is kite meta. Well, kind of kite meta. It's harder to rush down in it. Just between, like, two games in the same generation, 1 year apart. And they both are fun.
Yeah, it's legitimately so cool, and like
so re-release them, please. People will like it. I promise. It's quality.
I have a question for you. I don't know if you will get this answer right. What do you think is the easiest Armored Core tournament to run?
Easiest Armored Core tournament? It'd be
the
6.
easiest one to run.
It'd be 6 because it's just the newest game.
Actually, no. Guess again.
4 answer.
No. Guess
1.
again.
Yeah.
No.
No.
It's actually Formula Front.
Huh.
Guys, you don't need players. You just got to get.
Oh,
your
you
build.
motherfucker.
Oh,
You
I don't-
son of a...
I don't
Then
get
also
it.
Silent Line, because you can train AIs in Silent Line.
Right,
so.
exactly. The
I
same
don't-
idea.
Okay, Striker, we don't know what Formula Front is. It's just an AI game.
Oh,
Right. Okay,
You
Unix
can
and
control your
PD
AC,
5.
but they pilot themselves.
Yeah, they pop themselves.
hey, at
So
least
what you do for... Go ahead.
at least someone in chat is popping the heck off on your funny joke.
Yeah, Formula
don't-
Fronts. You don't need players. You just need them to submit their builds, and that's it. You don't have to like, oh, I gotta. Sorry, I'm taking a shit. Give me 10 minutes. There's none of that. You just have them
God.
submit their builds.
So
And there
dumb.
you go. You're done.
Hey, Bulls, you're dumb.
Got him.
My God. Silent Line tournaments were big, really.
Oh,
I feel like
That game has a huge part sandbox.
I think what I'm
Yeah.
going to do is that because I was going to do an Armored Core subathon to like get to celebrate being a partner and everything like that, where I play all the other games. I think I'm still going to do that. Just fuck it.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Celebrate Armored Core, dude. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I want to play all the old games because I haven't played like the majority of them, but every single game can be emulated, right? Like there's not a single game that like
Yeah. Oh, they
has a lot
run
of
great. If you
difficulties.
need help, I can hook you up.
Oh hell yeah.
And if you need someone to keep you sane too, I'd be happy to come on and talk to you while you're playing. Because
Definitely.
like, I know subathons, dude. They get taxing.
Yeah.
If you need someone to hackle you throughout the session, just let me know.
Speaking of subs, thank you, Lord Farquaad. Appreciate it. It'd be, I honestly, cause I also like, especially if you can actually do like 1v1 stuff like that, I'd love to play you as well during that, Dirk. That'd be fun as fuck. Could you imagine?
Totally, yeah.
After
yeah,
I beat every Armored Core game, I make my build. Like that'd be so fun.
yeah, before you like set up for that, like the final setup, we'll just do the VPN setup on the back end and all that.
Be awesome.
I'll walk
Yeah.
you through it.
But yeah, well,
Are you planning on? Oh, sorry, I
ahead.
was gonna say, are you planning on playing all of them? Like, there are 15 games of the series,
Yeah.
not including
Hey,
Armored
Crazy
Core 6.
Moogle.
Are you just doing the main one?
Moogle, when I say all of them, I mean all of them. Like, as long as like
Excellent.
what I want to do, I'll do like the subathon and however long the subathon lasts, and then I'll just like play all the games I can. And if I only get through like Armored Core 1, 2, and 3 or whatever the heck, and like their respective like middle games, that's fine. I'll just like pick it up again later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just bookmark it.
Yeah, I can just go back to
You
do
can
it.
get through pretty quick though. I can beat Armored Core 1 in like an hour and a half, maybe.
Okay, but you're a gamer and I'm a weenie, so like.
Dude, even my first playthrough was a one stream playthrough. Like
Oh, well, there
4
you
hours. And a lot of them are actually pretty quick. The fun really begins, in my opinion, with 3 and Silent Line.
I
Those
love
games
those
are gonna
games.
test you.
Silent Line, man.
Or not Silent. All right, Last
Play
Raven
the
too.
PSP ports. I love them.
Oh, I don't like the PSP ports,
I'm not
dude.
playing
Fuck
any
that.
ports. I'm not gonna play Armored Core whatever on both PlayStation
Dude, I
and
played
PSP.
AC1 on a PSP. That's such a good time.
Oh
Yeah,
my
when I
gosh.
did all boss rush, I did the final boss of all the games. That took like fucking 8 hours. So
Oh god.
shit.
almost a quarter of it on Last Raven. Or not Last Raven. Yeah, Last Raven.
Last Raven, yeah, because that's the most content, honestly, right?
Yeah, you know which? I did one of the bosses. I did the final pulverizer. And I spent like 45 minutes trying to pile bunker it.
That sounds awesome.
You know what? An LR playthrough sounds fun. I actually haven't played it. I need to.
It's super fun to play blind because the paths are really branching and responsive.
I saw
So
a
there's
review.
7 endings.
7 endings.
7 endings. I'm like, my ass is not getting to all 7 endings. No.
Oh, come on, but you have to unlock the true ending. Come on, dude.
the true
The true
8th
gamer
ending.
ending. Yeah. Dude.
Yeah. Once
Oh
you
my
beat
God.
all the other final bosses, you unlock the final pulverizer, which is the one I did in my challenge, and it's a fucking fight, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Like, there's some hard bosses in that game, but the final one is.
Can I put
abysmal,
on? Can I
man.
put on tank treads, dual gats, and just cheese all of them? Because that sounds fun to do.
No, actually, that's like the worst thing you could do. Zenaida in particular is so fast that you would literally never get her in your lockbox because turning speed
Really?
exists.
That's
Yeah.
sick. Yeah, I'm actually. We can talk about turning speed because a lot of people go like, oh, we should bring back turning speed. That would nerf the heavyweights and make lightweights really good, stuff like that. It's like,
Yes,
Do y'all want turning speed back?
kind of.
I don't know. Someone was
I'm here
showing
or
me,
there.
was it Gundam Operations, where they have like turning speed, but you can still use your mouse pretty well. It's a little hard to explain.
Huh?
But
Yeah, that'd be all right.
it's maybe it's just
Like with
camera
the way
pivot? I don't
lockbox
know.
works, or the way lock-on works, would be usable, I guess. Like they could have a way to visually indicate that your AC isn't facing the enemy, so your weapon won't hit. Like change the color of the lock-on to red once they're within my turning arc or whatever. It could work.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll ever bring it back. At
'Cause,
least
like,
maybe not this generation,
You
but
played heavy biped, right, Dirk? Like your entire Armored Core life, you were a heavyweight player.
like in the older games, I often build to suit the mission because I'm not playing PvP, but when I'm playing PvP and I don't care if I lose, I play heavy biped. Heavy biped's
So how-
hard to play in older games.
Yeah, how would you even get around like slow turns? Because it feels like you just like get behind them and just
stepping.
obliterate them.
Box step.
What is box stepping?
Box stepping.
Moving at right angles, like backwards and to the side, moving forward past your enemy and then like to a side and then back to get them back on your screen.
Huh.
Yeah, you have to use your strafing to like either kite to increase their distance from you, which will decrease their radial speed, or like move past them and strafe in correct ways. There's also an extension that you can quick turn with, but that's another thing.
See, I feel like if we had turning speed in this game, like it would just be invalidated by the fact that we have quick turn. Like something that no one ever fucking uses, but like if you hold tab and press, D or S, or D and A, you just like turn really fast. I feel like that would just.
An add-on. There you go.
I don't know. I feel like turn speed would also just feel terrible to play. You know what I mean? It's for
It would
controllers,
really
I guess.
depend how
that's
it's
true,
implemented, because like games like War Thunder feel really good, and your mouse is totally disjointed from your plane's ability to turn.
Interesting.
Yeah, same with Star Citizen, but like that game is,
Right.
but like you can have a fixed turn speed with mouse control, and it feels good. Like I've become extremely accurate in those games.
I guess it's honestly, I don't.
I think it's too big of a leap though for like a sequel to this. I don't think it's coming. It's not going to happen.
Nah, they've gotten rid of it. It'd be wild to add it back in at this point.
Yeah, if they did another numbered game like a separate generation and brought it back, I could see that. But no, not in the sequel, not in an update, not in DLC. This is the era of turning really fast. And we got to embrace that.
turn speed era.
Yep.
Oh my
All
God.
right, I got a question for y'all. It's regarding an Armored Core mechanic that has been here all of them but here. How would y'all feel about flares being an expansion?
100%. Give me.
feel like-
man. Yesterday.
But like, would I choose that over pulse armor or assault
Exactly.
armor or terminal armor though? I feel like I just wouldn't.
No. No, it can't be an expansion. We need extensions back.
Yeah.
Right.
Or even as like a back slot or a hand slot.
Or maybe a core unit?
Honestly, I
Or
would love a
No.
love a back slot that was just flares. I think that'd be awesome. Or like, hey, what about a shoulder slot that we had before Answer, but we don't have here for some reason?
Yeah. No, I think missile countermeasures are like good
for the meta because they usually have a longer cooldown than the missiles, so it's not like every time they shoot, I shoot. Oh well, VD.
I know in For Answer, because I talked about it with someone, I can't remember who it was, might have even been you, Dirk, like that missiles mattered a lot in For Answer, like they were really fucking good in For Answer.
Oh yeah, totally.
They're very strong.
And For Answer had flares, so like I don't think it was like a balance thing. I feel like they just didn't have time to put them in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, missiles were strong, but countermeasures ate them alive, and they were easy to equip, and if you didn't have a build fast enough to reliably dodge missiles, you just bring flares, and if the enemy didn't have missiles, you purged them.
But even then, even with that like thought process, if they brought like things like nuke jousters, you had to react perfectly, because if you fucked up, you're dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
jousting was 0 to 100 for sure.
I swear to God, I talked about these on the podcast before, so...
I think we did.
Dude, we've done probably
missiles inherit your speed.
Missiles inherit your speed?
So they go fast. Yep, so if you're going 1,000 and you shoot a missile that goes 100, that missile's going 1,100.
That's so cool. Yeah, jousting. Yeah, you talked about this before. Yeah. But
except
honestly,
it's not in line with you. It's going straight down at the enemy. So that doesn't make sense.
With this podcast, we're going to talk about repeat stuff. Like, and honestly, I could not care less. It is just how the game works. It is just how conversations work. Like, it is. We spend a week between each, or even more than a week, because I messed up and didn't you last week. But
yeah,
like we're spending a week between each one.
I'm probably gonna like remember something that I wanted to talk about that I didn't remember last time.
Exactly. Not to mention, like, I don't want you to just not bring something because you think you've talked about it before. It turns out you haven't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. True. Gotta get out there.
Yeah, just talk. That's the. It's just called a conversation, Dirk Donk. You're talking.
And that's why I'm struggling.
Oh, I can't talk to him. He's so cute.
Oh, that's totally it.
Yeah.
Oh God, he's hot.
You know,
I did unbuckle my not unbuckle. I did undo my top button on my polo, and I redid it because I felt weird. I subconsciously rebuttoned my button.
All right, we've devolved.
We have.
As usual.
Should we sign off of this one?
We've been going.
Is there anything else we need
for
to cover?
2 hours. I feel like okay. So right now you have your 3v3 tournament, correct? And I've got my $1,000 tournament.
Yes, sir.
So yours is before mine. So go ahead, Dirk Donk. Go ahead and tell people about your tournament.
Yeah, we'll do these chronologically. So I'm going to be hosting my tournament on Saturday, the 11th. There's a $250 prize pool currently, and yeah, it's a 3v3 tournament. So find some people, sign up, and get involved. The last one we hosted was incredibly fun. We saw a lot of like varied builds, and yeah, team play seemed healthy. So check it out, get involved. If it's your first one, don't worry about it. It's all about having fun.
Yeah, honestly, like 3v3 is such a cool meta. It's so different from 1v1s, and also I really like how I'm the 1v1 tournament guy and you're the 3v3 tournament guy. I think that's fucking awesome.
It's mint, dude. Got the bases covered.
It's so good. Also, so speaking of 1v1 tournaments, I've got the $1,000 Armored Core 6 Major on November 18th. Definitely sign up for that. I'm looking to make it the biggest tournament we've ever had for the game. And right now, we're hella on track. Like, we need about, like, what, 109 more people to beat out the Week 1 tournament's entrance. Like, that's insane. So, I will see y'all. Actually, no, I can't. That. So anyway, hopefully I'll see y'all there, November 18th, 11 a.m. CST. If you just want to come and watch it, it's over on my Twitch channel, which you can find in the link down below in the description. You'll also find Dirk Donk's challenge page in there as well. And if you can't find a team, just hit up Dirk Donk on Discord. They're in my Discord. Yeah. Their Discord's also linked in my Discord. Just hit them up. Be like, hey, I want to play, but I don't have friends. It's like, we'll just find someone, because I guarantee you.
I think half of our teams last time were formed that way.
There you go. Perfect. It's like that. That's the biggest issue with like teams. It's just like I can't find a fucking team to play with.
Yeah, don't worry about not having like a sponsor from G Fuel or something, guys. Like, just like if you end up in a lobby with some random people that you like, hit them up. Or if you're in a Discord or in a stream and you like playing with some people, hit them up.
Perfect. Do it. Because I guarantee you, there's some really fucking good top players that like are in the Discord or like the like there's some streams that you participate in. Maybe there's some fight clubs you do. Maybe mine, Dirk Donk's, or Mugo's fight clubs that you participate in, and they just don't have a fucking team. Like, I don't think Risa is playing in your 3v3 tournament. Maybe someone can hit up Risa and grab them. Stuff like that.
Yeah, there's free agents abundant, you know?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right, see you, Rogan. See you, Vermilion. Now, Mughal, go ahead and say whatever you're doing. I forget what you're doing. Probably some actor stuff, you know, probably some California-based things, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, our strike is almost over, hopefully. There's in negotiations, so once that's done, I can have some fun projects that people can go ahead and watch.
You can sit in some cakes. You can sit in some cakes next to a famous person's crotch for a while.
Yeah, yeah, you know how it is. But yeah, people can come through, you know, the dojo late night if you want to be practicing for either tournament. We do both rule sets, you know, first in the first couple hours, and then we switch to Dirk Donks in the second half. And so, yeah, just you want to practice, come through. You know, 8 o'clock to midnight.
Yeah, and if you want to hear their weird story that they have with like a bunch of different celebrities, and fucking hit them up because Mughal's an actor, which is awesome.
Bullshit.
Yeah, there are weird stories, like William Shatner's hand job, you know.
God.
Exclusive.
Yeah, well.
Exactly. All right, so Bowls, people can find you on twitch.tv/Bowls, but like, Bowls_, but like, what do you do besides having a kid and, you know, a cat?
I work, but there is another tournament that's going on. It's going the day after yours, that cowboy tournament.
Oh yeah, that 3-3 cowboy tournament as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's like any prize money, but there's like some Armor Core like press kits.
Oh yeah,
sent out.
It's really cool.
Something like that. It's cool shit. So.
I'm hyped for Jabs and Quads to clean sweep through that entire thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Look, I'm just saying, y'all got your ass hit by Jabs and Quads. Like, I'm sorry.
Dude, you should have saw scrims Friday. They were like pretty bad.
Damn.
No, just because we're experimenting with rule sets, we found some fucked up things that got removed. So
awesome. All right. Well, anyway, that's gonna be it for this week's ARMOREDCAST. Thank you so much for watching it to the end. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you back next week with more Armored Core 6 Stay of the Game. Bye.
Thanks for watching.
I'm gonna cut that off so people don't hear you saying thanks for watching, because I don't like you, Dirk Donk.
That's fair.
Idiot, lol.
I deserve it.